it's Ellseworld. We're going to introduce the players, starting with... and there's a little question. What do your characters think is the most attractive quality or, thing about them? Starting with... or most important characteristic about them. Starting with the lovely person on my right.
Hello, I'm Kane. Hopefully you can hear us now. Say in chat if you can hear this. Thanks. I was going to do the wheel again, but unfortunately there's more news that's slightly miserable. So if you care about everything that's going on with the refugees, if you want to help them get their diphtheria vaccinations while that spreads throughout all the crazy little camps that we've made for them while we process their visas, then you can help by donating to the Refugee Council, or you can help them out in ways that don't cost money, turn up to campaigns, or support some of their causes on social media. I've put a link in the chat of ways to support them. Please do. It's a little cry from me. As for my character, they are called Reed Bogwater. They are a small little fairy druid with feral tendencies. They would probably say that their most valuable or attractive asset is the fact that they can see the good in anyone. I would say that's a flaw because they see the good even in really evil people. Speaking of which...
Nice. Hello, I'm Dan. I'm cosplaying a big fuzzy teddy bear today. I've got a warm drink and I'm happy. No torture this week. I'm going to be playing Quinn. They are a changeling wizard. They would say that their best feature or most attractive feature would either be their intellect or the ability to be whatever you want them to be. Ooh. Oh, the art was done by Michaelis Moshu. Go and check them out, Michaelis_Moshu on Instagram. They do wonderful SFW and an SFW art.
Just before Cal jumps in, the art for Reed, which you will see in the bottom left-hand corner, was done by Said Idiot. Check her out on all media. Yeah.
Hello, I'm Cal. I have a double screen all to myself, which means I'm the most important person here. Sorry, Tom. I'm going to be playing Shadow. He's a Loxodon rogue who likes to sneak around and be shady and stuff. His best feature is his ability to hide. Pretty useful. The Wi-Fi dropped as I was preparing this week's intro. It's not come back on my phone. I don't know why it's come back for the rest of the house and not my phone, so I'm really sorry. You will have to tune in next Sunday to find out what my intro bit's going to be.
Really, we're so close this time.
I'm so looking forward to it this week now. I'm so excited.
I prepared everything you asked me to.
Yeah.
It took me weeks.
The scripts have gone out.
That was actually why we were off for a while.
We were
prepping the dance number.
Do you want me to wear the pants again for next time?
No, it's okay.
The moment's passed.
Yeah.
The moment's gone.
We'll have to release the pigeons tomorrow. It's too late.
There was a frog.
He can't stay in a cage much longer.
Ardy Fardy, thank you very much for doing the art for Shadow. Check them out on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and their house. Jamie.
Hello, I'm Jamie. I'm playing Coroner. They think their most attractive feature is the fact that they are very knowledgeable on the anatomy of most common races in these realms, making them very attractive for hiring at your clinic. They are a cleric of unknown origin. They are a warforged. Yeah. Oh, my artwork. That was
We
done
always
by,
forget this bit.
I do, yeah. Really bad weather _art. They are on all forms of social media. Their stuff is super, super cool. It's down there somewhere.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Jams. I will be playing Rodeo, the Dragonborn gunslinger, ex-sheriff and all-around badass. I think what she would think her most attractive trait would be is her swagger. She is incredibly confident and she knows it, and it definitely has an effect on the people around her, and she knows it. It will be weaponized at some point or another. I just haven't found an NPC I want to flirt with yet.
But I've given you so many wide boys.
Not wide enough. Not wide enough, Al. We can go wider.
Jesus Christ.
The very sexy artwork for Rodeo, which will be down in the doobly-doo very shortly, has been done by Sualan and Salaka, who you can find on Twitter and Tumblr. You should check out all of the artists that have done fantastic work for us. They should all be credited. There should be a big old list down in the About section. You should go and support all of them.
Also, you can affect the game in various ways. If you cheer 150 bits, you can go ahead and give one of the players or the DM advantage or disadvantage, Or if you cheer 750 bits or donate a £5, that's £5.
£5.
You can, not much these days. Go ahead and give a player or the DM a nat 20 or a nat fail. It's an absolute steal. Why don't you do it? But you can also play the game in different ways.
Yeah, for equally as small a fee due to the failing economy, you can support us on Patreon for as little as £5 every single time we play D&D. You get in on the polls to vote which player gets an advantage or a disadvantage and which player gets a 20 or a 1 to use or be used on them in that session. This week, for the Nat 20, Kane, you and me are rolling off.
Oh, yes!
Right, so roll off.
Let's go this dice.
Go.
What do you get?
I get the Nat 20.
Nice.
And for the advantage, Kane,
Yeah?
me and you are going to roll off.
Oh,
Damn.
Oh,
You
wait,
get-
is that...
You get that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get an advantage.
Yay.
Thank God, because they voted for me to have a disadvantage.
nice. Lovely. Well, that's all the bitly bits to do other than to introduce me. Hey, it's me, it's Elliot. This is Ellseworld. If you don't know why it's called that, the reasons are unfathomable by mortal minds. That's all I've got to say about me, really. I'm the DM. That's the role I play here. On to Ellseworld. We have been away for a little bit, so I'll do a bit of a longer recap and then we'll crack into the session. So our story started off in the coastal town of Ria Priz, where our adventurers were hired by a brass dragonborn known as Faisal, who hired them to investigate some magical going-ons that was to do with a princess returning from another world. You didn't end up finding this princess, but instead what you did find is a whole load of adventure and some bad guys in the shape of the Crimson Gallants, a ancient order of knights that were once protectors of the realm turned torturers, conquerors, and general bad dudes who don't really trust anyone. After investigating Ria Priz and saving one of the princess's advisors who did end up coming through this magical rift, a fellow known as Aldous Cragmane, the magical advisor to the princess, joined you on your travels to the Golden Tooth to return to Faisal's home, as well as to safely kind of transport out Aldous somewhere safe, and to try and fix a bit of a predicament that Faisal and his associate Digby had found themselves in, being they had been collared in these adamantium magical collars that were preventing them from turning into their true draconic forms, as well as preventing any other magic being done by them or on them, seemingly. Once you got to the Golden Tooth, you met up with a figure known as Auriax Xanathu. He is seen to be the right hand of the king, as well as the king's magical advisor, who seemed to think with some time he could not only remove these magical tethers from around Faisal and Digby's neck, but help Aldous with something he wanted to build known as the Oculum, which could allow you to investigate and find magical weak points, rifts that were opening, and other such kind of events that were going off across Ellseworld. It was the thing that he had originally helped the princess and the former High King of the Dwarves build back in the day. After visiting up there and dropping off all your NPCs with Auriax Xanathu, you headed down quite far under the city to a region known as the Undermountain, which is in fact where Coroner is from, which led you to the practice of a doctor that Coroner worked for, a doctor who is now known as Dr. Gereldo, as he changed his name after some mysterious events seemed to happen to him while you were away. A seemingly traumatic event happened to the former Dr. Felcher, causing him to change his name as well as his identity, which led to the lot of you needing to go see someone about his tithe payments to the gang overlord known as the Blue King, who seems to rule the Undermountain. While you were about to go and before you went and did that, you did find some mischievous kobolds who are taking apart the signage of Dr. Gereldo's practice. You see that Son taking off some of the letters, claiming that everything down here belonged to the Blue King. After a brief altercation with them, you convince them to take you back to the Blue King, as you needed to speak with someone associated with him to sort out this tithe. And they did. They led you through into this crackling district filled with lightning and electrical energy, and eventually into the bar known as the Dragon's Head, which seems to be the meeting point of this organization the Blue King runs down here. After a brief discussion with the Pale Master, a figure that you know is fairly high in the organization known as the Blue Bloods, you arranged Dr. Greldo's new tithe at a pretty good rate too, thanks to a hefty down payment from Quinn and Coroner. And through some slightly flirtatious activities, you managed to get a bit of a lead from the Pale Master in that he said to prove himself and to acquire the favour of the Blue King, all you would need to do is bring him the heads of a pesky bunch of do-gooders known as the Watch Pack, which are disrupting the Blue King's activities down here in the Undermountain. And that is where we will pick up. You're currently in this very blue bar. Everything in here is blue, including, because of the lighting in here, all of you appear to be blue in this lighting, especially the two of you, being that you kind of have metallic bodies and this kind of blue light is shining off you especially. Really creating this
fucking disco ball.
Yeah, feeling good.
Everyone looks at Coroner, just like, oh god, my eyes.
Supercharged as well.
I put the sunglasses back on that we had from the glare.
yeah, exactly.
Where the glare.
You see, as we pick back in the wide form of the Pale Master as he's striding back across the bar and eventually through the door he came through, flanked by his two draconic aberrant bodyguards. A few moments pass, and you are left to your own devices here. Is there anything you'd like to do in the immediate time after he has left?
Leave.
Cool. Everyone?
Yeah, I'm not going to argue with that.
Are we done here?
Let's go before someone says something stupid.
I'm gonna grab a drink, but if we want to go. There's I have an appointment to have a drink with a colleague of mine. You're welcome to stay here if you like, but I would quite like to not be here also.
No, this place seems flammable. Let's fuck off.
Yeah, I'll come with.
A few moments pass as you're kind of beginning to take your things, kind of like stand up from the table. As you do, you're kind of like looking, make sure you've not forgotten anything. And you see coming out of a different door, but another door that, again, seemingly should have no space to have a room on the other side. A dragonborn of quite different stature to the Pale Master begins striding towards you at quite an obvious, with obvious intent to come towards you, making eye contact, and kind of like you see as he's slows down as he begins to approach you. This bronze dragonborn, you can just make out his kind of scale color through this blue light, and you see he's wearing a dark blue suit like the rest of them. And you see as he approaches, and you get a decent good look at his face, you see on one eye, his left eye, you see a whirring arcane monocle, and on the right is an empty hole crossed by a vicious scar. He is very tall, muscular, about 7'5", and he peers down at the few of you who are shorter than him as he kind of approaches you and just kind of brandishes this sheath of papers in your directions.
I'll reach out and...
Courtesy of the Pale Master.
Nice one.
Wishes you good luck. Just gonna have a cheeky look.
Have a cheeky scan.
Just from your flicking through it, it appears to be a mix of documents in here, some newspaper clippings, some guard reports, wanted posters, and generally other paperwork concerning what, from your kind of brief scan, 2 to 3 individuals in here.
These are going to be the people that he wants heads of, isn't it?
Are any of their identities alluded to? Any descriptions?
There is. Do you want to go into this now? You're kind of just stood up in the bar, but you can...
We can say it for later.
Let's have a read of this when we're somewhere more palatable.
Where we can read it properly.
Yeah, there's blue light in here.
It's not good for my eyes.
It's blue ink.
Yeah, that's good.
The photos are going to look absolutely terrible.
Thank you.
It's on teal paper. There's nothing I can do with it.
Thank you for the information. It's much appreciated.
It's quite all right. I will be your your point of contact from here forth.
Oh, right. Who are you?
I'm Gero.
How many Z's in there?
None. It's Gherro.
You want
You
to run
still managed to fit a silent.
I got a little cheeky boy in
Fucking
there.
asshole. I don't know why I put the right things down before you spell them.
Nice to meet you, Gero. I'm Shadow. These are people.
So they are.
So you're going to be just here if we need you?
Just ask for me at the door. Someone will come find me.
What if we need you not here?
If you see anyone wearing a blue suit, just ask. They'll get a message to me.
Nice one, thank you.
Or any of them little fellas, kobolds.
Oh,
They'll know where to find me.
I stopped pointing at Reed. Yep.
Slightly too little.
Yeah. Well, not somewhere between this and like a, medium humanoid.
Reed goes to reply and he goes
Yeah.
and looks at Coroner.
Coroner just nods.
Obviously, you
Gratefully.
were told to be quiet last time.
All right.
It will be on the way back to the good doctor.
Off we go.
Cool, yeah, you do notice that this fellow just kind of watches you until you do go and leave, in the very much the vibe of like, he's standing there until you
Until we're
leave.
gone. Well, we're going, so it's not a problem.
Not a problem at all, as he kind of like takes a few steps with you as you kind of like head towards the door and then peels off to one side. Seemingly goes to chat to another group at one of the slightly larger, more VIP looking tables. As you all approach the lightning wreathed door, the exit that you came through. Who's going through first?
Yeah, go.
Cool, you go through. As you pass out through the outside, you don't seem to need to make any check here as you pass through unscathed back onto the outside.
Nice.
So yeah, I'll pass on through.
Yep, you all do.
Yep.
Until we get to Appleby.
Okay.
No, just kidding. Appleby is still with you at this point, following along. And you do notice as they're kind of like just gliding along next to y'all. You notice the leaf on their head has begun to kind of like sit a bit more hat-like on the top of their head.
What a weird little man. Who is not that little.
No, normal sized
Average
person.
size, but compared to everybody else in the party.
Yep.
Yet still
from Reed.
upsettingly large.
Yeah.
So now that you're out on the mean streets, you see the lightning arcing above you and crackling around this area. Seemingly all confluences of the lightning come onto this building as you see it jumping all around the street, but each of them does seem to be heading in the direction here, and you do see as a lot of the bolts of lightning jump from buildings across this wide circular street that surrounds this bar, and seems to jump onto almost like a lightning rod that's on top that gets absorbed down into the bar somewhere.
That place wasn't what it seemed. When I did a scan around the outside, there were rooms in there that there's no... Well, I assume some of you lot could probably explain it, but I don't understand how the rooms are there when they weren't there when I walked around.
Magic.
Bigger on the inside. Yeah, magic.
Right.
Oh, fuck, it was a blue building that was bigger on the inside. Fuck's sake.
Oops.
Damn it.
God, the BBC are coming.
Quick, make it red.
Heading back to Dr. Geraldo's?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Fairly easy trip back now that you've been here, guided by the two kobolds. As you head back, you begin to leave the area where you stop feeling this sort of static electricity pervading everything. The lightning arcs are left behind you as you go back into the not quiet, but the slightly quieter streets in comparison of the Undermountain proper, as you go back in through the dark streets, only lit by occasional lights, the bioluminescent globes hanging from the roof of the cave, which appear to be dimming into what is the night cycle of the Undermountain, as well as the neon signs of passing shops, kind of services and things like that. As you head back down about half an hour to get back to Dr. Geraldo's place.
Cool. As we get far enough away, Quinn, you'd hear Reed like kind of settle on your shoulder let out a breath that they can speak again. Be like,
Have they been holding their breath this whole time?
That was so hard. And then would like lean into your ear and kind of whisper. I won't do that for the purposes of mics. I noticed that Coroner's not a huge fan of like their king. Have you ever met like a bad king? Is that a thing you can have?
Not that I had thought of, but I've only been here once when I was a kid, and the only other king that we kind of had interactions with was the late Dwarven. It's just strange, this country's morals and the way that their ruling class do things is very different than what I'm used to.
It's different to what I'd expected too. I thought that, you know, kings were like born to be good and noble and great, and doesn't seem like Coroner feels that way.
That was explained to me as well.
Okay. Well, I suggest we keep an eye, because one of them's wrong. It's either Coroner or the Blue King. I'm guessing the King, because I've seen Coroner do some nice things so far, but you never know.
I guess so as well.
Yeah, morals are confusing.
Yeah, very.
This is the nicest thing anyone's ever said to Coroner. And with their perception, they definitely heard it.
Yeah, Reed just gives like a knowing and then flutters on ahead.
I love the way Reed thinks. The switch is either on or off. There's no nuance.
Anything else on the half-hour journey back?
When we're far enough away, I'll hand the papers that we were given to Coroner.
Cool.
Just have a scan through these, mate, see if there's anyone you recognise.
I will scan them.
Oh, yeah,
I
that's
will
not
not
bad
print a copy.
Cool. You're just going to do it as you're walking?
Yeah.
Cool.
It's just like a barcode thing that goes down each page.
So upon, a bit more of a deeper examination of this paperwork, actually, just give me an investigation check to see how well this goes.
Not bad. 18.
18. That's a pretty good roll. So,
Help and give you advantage.
yeah, of course.
Oh, right. Probably better.
18 other way.
Nice. So you do see that these documents concern 3 individuals. Let me just get their stuff up. Cool. You only know them by the pseudonyms that they have been using whilst being vigilantes. The 3 individuals are Fisto-Arcano,
Love.
Rocco the Rock,
Awesome.
and Sunspeed.
We can't kill these people.
God's
No,
sake, no!
absolutely
These are the coolest people ever. And also, Evil Knievel is there.
We need to come up with our own.
We gotta be cooler.
Was it Fisto the what?
Fisto-Arcano, Rocco the Rock, and Sunspeed. You would see kind of from these documents and like brief sketches and kind of like impressions, Fisto-Arcano appears to be a humanoid figure in kind of tight-fitting monk-style robes with this massive gauntlet on one hand and this kind of like bandana across their face concealing their identity. Rocco the Rock appears to be a being made entirely of rocks, and Sunspeed has only been seen as a whirl of speeding flame.
Nice.
I give a brief rundown to the group. Cool.
In that pack as well, you do see guard reports from the surface of the Golden Tooth. It seems like they have been active up there, stopping crimes that were happening in the Golden Tooth as well as down in the Undermountain. And you also see in there is wanted posters from both the Blue King and the Blue Blood gangs for them, as well as wanted posters from the City Guard, the Gold Claws, wanting their arrest for vigilantism.
Well, this troop is certainly popular.
What crimes have they committed? As in, what are they doing that has pissed?
From the wanted posters for the Gold Claws, which is the police
I
force
assume
of
it's
the
just
Golden
because
Tooth.
they're
It's vigilantism.
yeah, but like down here.
Down
What
here,
are they up to down here?
disrupting the Blue King's activities is what it says on the wanted
There's
poster
no-
that's from
no
the Blue King.
specifics
No
beyond
specifics on that, yeah.
Continued vigilantism.
Yes.
Do-gooderism.
Oh,
Bludgeon ox.
Bunch of scallywags.
Yeah.
Fucking super-powered Boy Scout ass motherfuckers. I want to meet him so bad.
I've got an idea of how we could take their heads, if you get what I mean, but maybe we should talk about it back in.
I also have a plan. We should combine them into one elaborate.
One mega plan.
And yeah.
The one elaborate and far less believable plan.
Cool. As you go heading back to Dr. Geraldo's place, as I said, not a difficult trip now that you've been down this route before, and especially with Coroner's knowledge of the Undermountain. As you get to the street that leads onto Dr. Geraldo's place, just coming out of the alleyway that you originally chased the kobolds down, you see as Appleby stops to sort of like, not tie their shoelace, but sort of the equivalent you would do with a brand new foot made of wood, and like stops to like sort of make sure everything's in place. And they kind of fall behind a little bit as the main group of you begin to head towards Geraldo's. Coroner, with your past perception, you sort of turn, noticing that Appleby isn't with you, as suddenly they are enveloped in a smoky cloud. And before you can even react, it wisps into the sky and they're gone.
Oh, we lost Appleby again.
Oh, shit, again?
As the rest of you turn around, just seeing the kind of trail of this wispy smoke and Appleby no longer where they were.
Ah, fucking damn it.
A regular thing.
Right. I guess it's just an Appleby thing in the end, after all.
Do you reckon it's something to do with him losing his foot?
It's got to be. Remember?
I don't know enough about him before losing the foot to say.
Remember when he
Yeah,
came
we'd
back?
known him like an hour.
Remember when he
Yeah.
came back last time? There were those things watching him.
Right, good point, yeah.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Oh, maybe they got him.
As you're now on the street as well, you look up to the sign of Dr. Geraldo's and you see as it simply says Dr. Gore, as the 3 letters have, or the remaining 2 letters have been taken in your absence.
Oh, God.
Oh, for God's
Damn it.
sake.
It's got a bit ironic.
You do currently have the L that was removed
Oh,
by
yeah,
the
we got that
kobolds.
back, didn't we?
I like Gore more.
It's
It's got a tough ring to it.
Yeah.
It's Gore or Geraldo, and I will not accept others. Right,
Turn him into Dr. Lugor.
we don't
Fancy.
we don't have an apostrophe.
I can make
To make one.
one. Snap it.
You got some neon on hand. Bust on in.
Bust on in. Kind of like doorbell rings. You see as Dr. Gore, let's say, just kind of reading a magazine behind the desk, kind of like shuts it closed as the lot of you come in. Then seeing that it's you, he kind of like picks it back up again. All right. How's it going?
Good. We've paid your tithe for a while.
Oh, that's good. Thank you for doing that.
You all okay?
Yeah, just be light reading.
I have a question. So we paid the tithe for Dr. Geraldo.
What about Dr. Gore?
What about Dr. Gore?
I did notice some scampering on the roof.
You might
Right.
put in an anti-scamper.
They'll tell you what they want anyway.
Yeah, that's probably a good thing.
Do they know your name based purely on the sign up there? Because that could be a problem going forwards.
They do know where he lives. No.
All right. As long as they don't turn up and they're like, "Hey, who's Dr. Gore?" and then we've got to go back and pay again.
Who's Dr. Gore?
Oh, it's what your sign says that your name is. It's kind of cool. Don't change it though.
Nice nickname, maybe.
Yeah, like a
Dr.
nickname.
Gore. That's badass.
Doesn't instill much, confidence in patients, but
But inspires fear in my non-patients.
this is true. Do you want non-patients?
No, that's why I want them feared.
Okay.
Patients only. Apart from you lot, you seem alright.
May we borrow your operating theatre just for a conversation?
Ooh. Yeah. Oh. Just for a conversation. No operation.
Well, you can lob something off someone if you want while we're there.
We'll be planning an operation of sorts.
Give me a persuasion roll. At advantage.
That's
Ooh.
better.
That's way better. Persuasion, you say?
Yeah.
22.
Cool. Yeah, he kind of like opens his magazine back up, which you notice is called Conkers, and yeah, be my guest.
Right,
What's on the cover? I've got to ask.
It's a sort of squirrel-esque feminine form, holding some nuts in a fairly suggestive way.
Nice.
Oh, of course it
He's
is.
a furry.
Oh,
Rock on, not around there.
Okay, right. That's
I've just like try something. I'm gonna try and turn into that squirrel.
oh God.
Just What's your spellcast? It's charisma, right? You're
Intelligence.
intelligent. Oh, you're a wizard. Not. Why did I think you're a sorcerer? Yeah, just give me an intelligence check.
Oh, that's close. 19.
19. You do a pretty good representation of this feminized squirrel lady.
Don't
And
tell him that I can do this.
so you do it. Oh, you don't do it in front of him.
We haven't left. Oh yeah, sure.
He kind of like pulls the magazine down. You see like his eyes go out like hearts.
He rubs his eyes. I change back, and then he's like,
I've got to stop reading these.
Please, I beg of you.
As long as it's only reading, I suppose.
Yeah, be my guest. So yeah, ushers you into the operating room, and you see kind of through the double windows. He's still sat at the desk, just reading away as you're in the relative quiet of the operating theatre. You see a bit of Quinn's pus on the floor from earlier.
Oh, he hasn't cleaned up.
No.
Of course he fucking hasn't. Don't know why I asked.
That's
We
Coroner's
came
job.
before. Yeah, that's my job.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
so you weren't here.
You guys talking.
You just don't. You've got like a little Hoover extension on one of your arms that just comes
Yeah.
out.
Give me a cleaning check, which will be your spellcasting ability modifier.
Bloody hell.
That went far. That's wisdom. That's a 16.
Nice. You do this pretty tidy job as
pretty
this conversation
thorough.
goes on.
while you were cleaning, would you want to run us through the plan that you had? I'll like arrange out some of the like the papers like on the operating like bench or whatever. Then as coroner's cleaning, I guess you can write it in the suds or something.
Yeah. You kind of weigh them down with a few scalpels and like other medical equipment.
Yeah.
Body
Lay it
parts.
all down on the big metal table.
They're all in the bin. My thought process was we have a vague description of most of these vigilantes, and I happen to have access to a morgue. So we
Do you
thought...
think they're dead?
I don't think they're dead, but I think as long as the Blue King gets some heads that match the vague description, I reckon he's going to be pretty happy with us. I personally don't really want to engage too much. I try and keep a low profile around here, but I'm happy to help you all out if you want to follow that particular path. I mean, it's a small morgue. It's not like I've got access to the extensive building blocks of the people down here, but you know.
Been taught in the basic handling of bodies. I think that's a good idea. Mine was.
I'm curious to hear your idea too, but it's a good idea until the real folks start causing trouble again. In which case, it immediately becomes very obvious that the heads that we have handed over may not, in fact, be the individuals in question. I mean, if we're long gone by that point, I guess it don't fucking matter, but it depends how long we're planning on sticking around before we kick town.
This is partially why I'm not sure if I'd want to help out too much, because if I'm seen delivering these heads and then things go
Oh yeah,
wrong,
absolutely. I get it. You're
yeah.
known in this town, so I appreciate you probably don't want to have your name attached to any shenanigans that we may cause intentionally or otherwise down here
Right.
during our stay. It is inevitable. We don't know where Appleby is. He may be
he's
causing mass murder as we speak, but currently that ain't our fucking problem. So it is what it is.
Also, just as a basic rule, as I'm sure you could have all guessed, I'm very...
It's just a fucking blow
just
at this
go.
point. Every time something weird happens, she just like stares into the middle distance and goes, it is what it is. It's the only way she can go. That and the whiskey. It's the only thing getting her through this.
As I'm sure you can all guess, I'm very much against the murder of these vigilantes. but
Oh
I'd
yeah, these guys
certainly-
seem fucking cool. I kind of want to be friends with them.
I would quite
I think
like
they've
to
got
be...
the right idea.
I'd quite like to be allies with them myself.
That's kind of where my thinking comes in. I'd quite like to meet them as well. What if we staged a rather loud but petty crime? Like I could quite easily turn into one of these blue fellas, pretend to assail one of you in an alleyway. You call for help. Oh no, Fisto Arcano, help! Call out.
Save me, Superman!
They come. We quickly lock it down. I change back, and we're like, whoa! We just want to speak to you.
That's certainly...
I like it in concept.
I ain't got much further than that.
They might destroy you.
Hey, we ain't gonna let Quinn walk in there by themselves.
They might.
No offense, you got a skeleton made of glass. I saw you get punched once and go down. I'm leaving you in an alleyway by yourself.
You'll notice that I'm almost bloody from walking through that electric door. I'm 2 points off of being really hurt.
Oh, my apologies, and I'll quickly do a healing word on
Thank
you.
you.
I forgot everyone took damage from the God.
As you are inside the doctor's office, you do the maximum healing.
Hey!
That's cool.
As I just take a buzzsaw from the cool. 4 plus. Is it just my? It's my spell.
Whiz,
Ward. Oh, plus my whiz. That's 8 health.
That brings me back up to 4.
Nice.
Yeah, baby.
Door hurt you by 8.
That door did 5 to me. Took me from 14 to 9.
God, wizards.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not letting you do this by yourself. I'm sorry.
In the notes, does it say what kind of activities down here they're stopping? Is it
Yeah, we need
in
to
the
know what kind of
street,
thing
or
to
is
stage.
it like organised racketeering?
Give me another investigation check. You can have advantage as you're all kind of like passing through this information.
Is this like a...
Yeah, you can all do it.
Oh,
Yeah, you can all
nice.
do it if you want.
Yeah.
Just open my spell list. I forgot I know bone regard.
You can all have it advantage if you like.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Yeah, baby.
All right.
13.
I got, what's investigation? 16. That's fine.
Cool.
14.
Nice.
Two nat 20.
Two nat-
Sufficient.
20 for a 27.
2 nat 20s. So 2 of you that got nat 20s,
23.
you begin to notice a definite pattern as you're sort of going through these documents. You do see, as while they do stop petty crimes occasionally, the thing that they seem to be most focused on is taking down the Blue King. You kind of quickly notice that the probably the reason they want them killed is they are attacking the supply lines of the Blue Blood gang. Notably, they are attacking shipments coming in from an area known as the Troll Bridge / the Troll Road, which, Coroner, you would know is the secret entrance to the Undermountain from the outside of the Golden Kingdom.
Nice. Cool.
Shipments of just generic stuff.
Just
or
seems to be attacking all their supply lines coming from that district. Coroner, from your just with that kind of group check, you'd be able to kind of put in that from your knowledge of the city, that is a route commonly used by smugglers, fences, people like that, trying to get illicit goods in here because they don't have to go through the main gates or the tithe gates to get into the mountain.
I will refrain from telling the party too much about it. Just because it's, local secret. Just like, I know roughly where that is. A lot of trade comes through there. Especially the more illicit kind.
Might be a good place to start. Does it look like they're doing it at like a certain time, or is it like...
Sorry, certainly with that nat 20, you'd notice most of these shipments are coming in the night cycle of the Undermountain.
Okay, new plan. Let's sort out a caravan with the Blue King's, logo on it. And then we all hide in boxes and wait for them to steal us.
Oh, so we're the
And
smuggled
then they
goods.
pry open the boxes like, surprise!
Surprise!
You unpacked some friends.
I'd quite like to warn these people that they're maybe being a bit louder than they anticipate.
I think they probably understand entirely how loud they are being.
It's very well known what the Blue King is like down here and what's going against him is going to do. So I feel like they don't need warning per se.
I do have a question about your plan to bring up heads what aren't really the heads. How are you going to find a head made of rock?
We're in a cave.
Are you just going to give them a rock?
They carve it a bit.
It's genius. I can whittle.
Whittling is
I-
Do you have any more questions, Shadow?
Yeah,
You surprise me.
you aren't going to like any of them. I'm conscious of the amount of time we are spending here as well. We got, Azori to go maybe meet his people. possibly. What the fuck was that fella's name? Lord Danis, dude?
Paladin Danatesk.
That's the fella.
Shit, yeah, he's just in the woods somewhere.
He's in the gold. He's the woods of the Golden Kingdom was the last place
He's out there
we saw him.
somewhere.
Yeah, he's out there somewhere. Knows that we are alive.
I think we're here for a couple of days more at least because we're waiting for.
You're waiting for a shopping list from Aldous currently
Yes.
for the Oculum parts, and generally Oriax was going to have a look at the
He's going to set up our dragon buddies free as
the
well.
tethers and see
Because
what
they
he
will
can do about
be
them.
useful when they can be dragons again, probably.
Certainly.
Yeah, I was under the impression we were kind of killing time until they were free.
Yeah, but it's just how much time we have to kill. Like, how many nights are we going to have to stake out this troll road
It's a good point.
before something fucking happens? Be really
That's
fucking
what I'm
fortunate if
saying.
it happens tonight.
Yeah, with
Just
that.
saying.
Right.
Out there. God.
That sure would be lucky.
Convenient.
Convenient.
How regular are these attacks, does it seem?
I'd say also with those Nat 20, pretty frequent.
Okay.
All
on.
the supplies coming in through that road are getting disrupted by some means by this group.
Alright. How long does it take to get there?
From here, about an hour. It's sort of on the opposite side, so you'd have to either go directly through the Undermountain, which would take you back through the kind of Blue Bloods district, or you can kind of go around the edge and kind of like follow the edge of the cave and get to it that way. Both would take about an hour.
Would either of them take us past that pub that I'm meeting
The
T-squared
depths.
in later?
Yes, it would. The one that goes around the edge, as the depths is built into the side of the cave itself, the side and sort of down a bit.
Next point. If we help the Watch Pack and they are disrupting the supply line of the Blue King, word is very fucking quickly going to spread that we
Helped.
helped. So either
Yes.
we do it incognito, which for me is tricky, for most of us actually, tricky. You might have to go in on that one. Or we find a safe distance, watch them do whatever the fuck it is they're doing, and then follow them.
I like that idea.
Yeah, I think first night, ain't no guarantee this something will happen, but at least check out the area, find a good vantage point for if anything does go down, we get a good look at it. And yeah, I don't think getting directly involved, all guns blazing, as much as it is one of my favorite things to do, is the smartest move right now, especially if we want to keep our heads on our shoulders while we're in this town. Tonight might be a sit and watch kind of deal.
Dr. Gore
See
is
what they're made of.
Dr. Gore is very good with the needle if your head does come off.
Uh-huh. All right, well, I hope I don't have to take them all over, I guess.
Sorry, it's built in though. I have to upsell them whenever I can. Sorry. Excellent medical trip. Sorry.
How many days do I have to know you before I get a discount code?
3 to
Is
4
it like
months.
the third visit's free?
3 to 4 months of paying a subscription.
Oh, God. That's always the fucking subscriptions.
You get my treatments for free though.
It's a free clinic.
We're in like relation to where we are, where we're going, and the pub that you're going to is the lift. So the goal.
Sort of in the opposite direction again. It's mostly a round cave down here in the Undermountain. So let's say for going out of Gerelda's, let's say you'd follow the wall going left to get to the Troll Road, and you'd sort of follow the wall going right if you want to get to the lift.
Cool. Okay. And the pub for that.
And the pub is on the left way, buried sort of into the wall and down.
Okay.
So yeah, between here and the Troll Road.
Do we have sending stones?
No.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a
I've
pair,
also-
but I can't remember. You've got one.
I've got one.
I think I have one.
Does Appleby have the
I was
other
going to
one?
say, I think Appleby.
I
had
think
the
you
other
gave the other one to Apple.
We did give it to
Yeah.
Appleby because he's got. Do you want to?
Is it?
Quick,
Yeah,
someone
just,
call Tom.
Is it just worth checking?
Is he at work? No,
He's
He's
Yeah,
a gig.
Yeah, he's at a gig. We can't really call him.
Yeah.
We try and call it. There's just static from the other end.
This is not very useful. Sorry.
That's all right. I
We
mean,
call Appleby and it's a rave on the other end.
See what it says.
yeah, we could just check to make sure he's alive.
Hi, friend. You good?
What I would say is you'll almost certainly get a response back that would let you know that Appleby's alive. I will ask Tom what he will say, and we'll act out your call in the Tales from Ellseworld session that we'll play out with.
Whatever
get
he
voicemail
said,
later.
whatever he said, this
Yeah.
line will work. He said something completely nonsensical,
Yeah, okay, that's it.
so he's fine.
Cool. Right.
I might meet you guys at the Troll Road. I don't know if someone wants to come with, but I had an idea kind of in the interim when we were sat in that booth for a weirdly long time.
Yeah.
It
felt like weeks.
Kind of pull out the staff that I got from the Crimson Gallants with a little eyepiece on top. And I don't know why it just struck me to maybe get a look at the Undermountain with this, and maybe above as
didn't
well.
it like show secret entrances
like
and stuff?
Hovering eye where they were hanging out. It's just it's a hunch that's been scratching at me, and it might be nothing, but
That's a good plan.
that looks a pretty good vantage point.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, that ain't a bad idea. I'll come along with you, and we can meet up later on.
I have
You gotta go see a buddy about
an appointment with a
buddy
friend.
business. I don't know.
He's paying your hope.
Great.
Look, you're paying your hopes.
Someone's paying, and it ain't me.
Reed,
Hello.
if we are on stakeout duty,
Yeah, I
we
like
need
steak.
snacks.
Steak.
Oh,
Yeah, and also other assorted foods that are possibly more nibbly than steak. But
Everything.
steak dinner whilst what's going on? Oh, okay.
It's just a slab of meat bigger than you.
shall
yeah.
we go find some snacks?
That sounds like a great trip. I did want to see my good buddy, close friend T Squared again, but
There'll be a snack place on the way to the depth is on the way to the Troll Road as well.
can I guide them towards the Camden Market-esque food district that
God.
surely exists down here?
Please, our insides deserve better.
Yeah,
it's just Cajun squirrel wall to wall.
And Long Pig.
Yeah.
You know of two shops down here that would likely have snacks. There's Grubbins' Grubbin Stuff,
Yes.
and there's also Feg, which you would know stands for Fine and Exported Goods.
Okay.
Oh, I think we're doing a little shopping tour.
I think we're going to both.
I love hanging in. What was that? Grubbins' Grubs?
Grubbins' Grubbin Stuff.
I'll give Reed.
Oh, I partook of my
Reload.
beverages.
Can you get me something dwarven, please? If
Something
they've got it.
dwarven.
If they got it.
Yeah, that'll be from Ferg or whatever they're called.
Fug.
So heading off.
Yep.
Yeah, the gang is splitting up to look for snacks.
Where are you going?
I'm gonna go with Quinn
Cool.
to snoop around. I'm kind of also sheriff mode is on.
Okay.
So she's kind of just keeping her eye out, her one eye out for
Yeah.
anything she deems interesting. Anyone she recognizes, maybe.
You all go ahead. I've got to finish cleaning up in here, and then I'll meet up with you at the pub.
Oh yeah, we're still in the
Yeah,
still in the operating room.
There's a lot.
We can
of
agree.
because-
We can agree on a time to meet back
Yeah.
up later when we're done. That's fine.
I'm learning that around here you have rules about socialising. If we see T Squared before you get there, can I go and talk to him? Or no?
Yeah, feel free. T-Square's nice,
Okay.
friendly fellow.
Nice. Good, because they're already in my friends list, so that's positive.
To a blank page.
There is a friends list. It was the wrong
Oh, didn't you have to
page.
give it up?
Yeah, I rewrote it. That dragon was silly. Anyway.
I would say I trust him more than almost everyone I know. So
Dang.
No offense taken, huh?
Yeah, Reese is like,
almost everyone.
flies away.
Cool. So
Like you really don't trust you.
Rodeo and Quinn, you're going to the lift.
We're going to go to Troll Road by way of the lift.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. We'll meet everybody back there.
And then you're gonna clean up and then go to the pub.
Before I leave, I'm going to quickly stop in with the doctor.
Okay. Yeah.
And just quickly say, I've apparently now got a bit of a full evening ahead of me. Do you have time now to talk about what's happened?
We can talk about it when you get back if you like.
Okay.
If it's pressing what you're doing.
Is it?
My thing,
Is that pressing?
well, not for another how many days.
How many days?
So vague.
You know how many days.
Right. Okay, fair enough. It's okay. No, I kind of know.
Okay,
Corin
right.
is now just a lot more worried than he was before. They
I
were before.
think someone saw me,
All right.
and I think they were the kind of people I didn't want to see me.
He's a werewolf.
Okay. Right. Do you know anything about them? Allegiance? Who they were?
Bit fuzzy. That's quite. Close encounter.
Okay.
A bloody one.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Hence the
Yeah.
rework.
Right.
I think they
Yeah.
put some things together. I'm hoping this will throw them off though.
I'm sure it will. I'm gonna leave now.
Okay.
Good luck.
I'll be in the laboratory.
I'll be sure to come find you. Right, yeah. Bounce on out of here.
Cool. Yeah, you see he returns to his Conkers mag. And so the two of you going for snacks?
Yeah, but I crackpot theory. He's a were squirrel. Anyway,
Yeah, all right. I'll buy into that.
yeah.
I'll believe that until proven otherwise. None of us know this.
No.
We do.
Yeah, we're going for snacks, but the person who's leading us towards where the snacks are just had a very intense personal conversation.
Yeah, you're just kind of waiting outside the office for a little while. Just like, any small talk?
We could like ask a stranger where the snack stores are.
Well,
Didn't you ask Coroner for a recommendation?
I gave you
Yeah.
directions.
Oh, did you?
did you?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fine.
oh,
Okay.
right, I thought you were leading the way. Sick.
You
Is it en route to pub?
Grubbins' Grubbin stuff is en route, but
What about
Feg is not en route.
Okay.
That's more towards the lift direction, actually.
Oh, right. Well, we'll go to Feg and then
Yeah.
double back.
I reckon Feg is where we're going to get the dwarven stuff,
Oh, yeah.
just because it's all
Fancy stuff.
apparently imported. And then we can go to Grubbins' Grubbin stuff and get some steak.
Get some. Yeah. Why do you want a steak?
I don't know. That's what you said.
It's a steak out.
Yeah.
To watch.
So get the steak. Have it out.
Take out the steak out.
You know that having it out means something else as well, right? If you have it out with
Ring
someone...
like looks at you for a long time and then goes, "Is it like a naughty thing I shouldn't know?"
No, it's a punch someone in the face kind of thing.
Panties.
Oh. We don't have genitalia. I've got no idea what. You're not here.
I know. Sorry.
Yeah, no, let's just get some stuff then.
What have genitals got to do with anything?
Nothing. Meg?
Yeah, correct.
As you are having this conversation, you do see the bright neon sign of FEG that is lit up in this kind of repeating pattern as you get outside the store. You see, as kind of each of the big letters light up, the full word is illuminated in a smaller font beneath it with this magical kind of neon text above this pretty nice looking store, actually. In terms of all the kind of shop fronts and things that you've seen down here, this is definitely one of the more fancy ones. There's even a sort of faux marble effect painted on the two pillars that are on either side of the doorway that is kind of propping up this neon sign. As you step on in, you hear a nice bing bing as you go in. And yeah, you kind of look around and you do see some quite like nice and expensive stuff down here. Like everything's packaged really nicely in sort of like a farm shop manner. It's all tied with kind of string wrapped in kind of wax paper, things like that. And you've come into to what seems to be a pretty nice store here. As you kind of look around, it's clean down here. Like, this is the cleanest place you've been in since coming down into the Undermountain. As you kind of like go in, you do see a couple of the shoppers kind of just going around looking at things and what have you. And you see a human fellow behind the kind of shop counter at the one side, currently bagging up some items for an elvish fellow that's at the desk.
Cool. We should have clarified this before we came in.
Absolutely.
Are you planning on stealing stuff? Because I know what you like.
What the fuck does that mean?
Didn't you, like, go and steal from the fish guy?
No.
Oh. Oh, sorry. I've completely misjudged your character.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think you would have known
No.
the
maybe
shadow
not.
did that.
Never mind. Ignore that.
He broke in, but you don't think he stole anything because someone was already in there stealing things.
Oh.
Stopped a thieving, in
Yeah.
fact.
Yeah,
Apologies.
did the opposite.
Yeah. I feel like I get this quite. What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know.
Why do you think I steal things?
I don't know where that came. Maybe I heard it like in conversation. I don't know. I'm sorry,
Thank you.
but we're not stealing stuff though, are we?
Of course we are.
Yeah, there we go.
Damn it, Shadow!
Shadow's already like putting things in
Shadow's
their
already taken
pocket.
like 5 things.
You open your coat and there's just
Just for
hams.
clarity, no, we are not stealing, really. It was just for comic timing.
Yeah.
That was the
It
right
very
answer.
Good. Very good.
No, Reed, we are not stealing from this
Good.
place.
Good,
This looks fancy. Fancy usually means they got decent security.
Oh.
The next place, maybe.
Okay, I was going to say that would have rested strange on my conscience, but I'm glad we're here first.
I mean, just don't watch if I do it,
Okay.
which I might.
I will turn a blind eye.
Thank you.
Hi, you fag?
Who are you saying that to?
The human behind the counter.
Is he crossing the shop? Kind of
Yeah,
as this
yeah, yeah.
conversation's going on.
The side of the shop.
No, fuck.
Oh.
I'm Ratio.
Great, Theo.
Ratio.
RateTheo.com.
Okay. If I needed like assistance, would you be the person to speak to?
I'm the owner and the proprietor of fine exported goods, yes?
Oh, Figs is an acronym.
Yes, it says on the sign. In fact,
Oh,
it's
did it?
lit up. Yes.
Oh,
As I said, the big letter lights up and then
Yeah.
okay.
okay, cool, nice. We're looking for dwarven stuff for our friend.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, you know what happened, right?
Oh, well, they went away.
They're in dwarven stock is in quite short supply. We have a few things, but
There we go.
dwarven inspired, shall we say, as they are unfortunately not around to prepare their own goods anymore.
My friend's not around to object, so that's fine.
Well, we have a whiskey from the Yarakian region of Fassage, which is very, very finely made.
Nice.
We also have some desert hams, cured in the under the sand of the Nargoli desert.
Oh.
Yes. We also have some dwarven rusk bread.
Rusk bread.
Yes, as well as some iron loaf.
Oh, that sounds hard to chew.
It's a sourdough made upon the forge.
Oh, forge bread. Nice. What was the third thing?
Rusk bread. It's a sweet but quite hard bread.
Ooh, I like sweet. What do we think Quinn would like? Quinn was looking for a drink earlier. We could get some whiskey.
Yeah.
And then I'm really intrigued by sand ham.
Desert ham.
Desert ham.
Yeah, let's get the whiskey and the desert ham. I'm sure.
Whiskey and a desert ham.
sure they'll
And
appreciate
Quinn's
it.
not a vegetarian.
You know that not.
Oh, good.
No.
Right. Whiskey.
Desert ham doesn't count. It goes under the sand willingly.
Totally roadkill ham.
That's a pre-string joke for you all.
Yeah.
Actually, before I make a decision, My friend gave me a very generous budget of 3 gold. I'll probably be spending more. I can tell from the fearful look in your eye.
Yes.
How much each of those items individually?
The whiskey will set you back 25 gold pieces.
Okay.
Do you want all of the items?
Yeah, just give me all 4.
The rusk bread is 1 gold. The iron loaf is also 1 gold, and the desert ham is 5 gold.
I mean, that's quite a haul for 32 gold. Oh, and you're not planning on paying any other place, so this is a whole budget.
Yeah, you contribute as much as you want, mate. You crack
Nice.
on.
Okay, final question. What's your most exciting food item? Or items?
Apple corns from Kurtroth.
Apple corns. That's
Yes.
my friend. Yeah, apple corns.
Apple corns.
Are they like sweet or are they like corn? Oh, no, that's sweet too. Never
He
mind.
kind of like points you over and you see kind of like a fruits and vegetables sort of area to one side. And you see in this basket these, what appears to be like a corn on the cob, but each little seed appears to be a little fruit in on itself, kind of an apple-like shape.
Oh, that is magical.
That's
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, I'm going to buy a lot. Anything with magical properties.
Well, I'd say those apple corns do taste quite magical.
It's funny.
No, well, I never like to say no. If you are looking for something specific, I could always try and bring it into the city. I have my ways.
Yeah, I'm kind of aggressively window shopping, really. How much were the apple corns?
Apple corns, 1 gold for 2.
That's a fucking bargain.
Read counts on their fingers. 1 gold. Yep, got it.
For 2 of those.
Okay, yeah. That feels reasonable. Would that be, like, hypothetically, if you were going out with 5 other friends to, like, a stakeout where steak's not welcome, would you think that would be enough for 5 people?
5?
Yeah.
I'd say get another 2 apple corns.
Another 2 apple corns. That would make it a nice round 34 coin.
Well,
Yeah.
I could throw in another desert ham for 6 gold to round that off nicely.
That doesn't round it off at 35, that rounds it off at 40.
Exactly.
Could
That's
you get
nice
2
and
more
round.
apple corns, mate?
That's so many apple corns. What if we don't like them?
Oh, they're quite delicious. And he he plucks off a little corn and you want to try? And for you, it's like sort of like the size. It's like this. It's more like the size of a grape for you. But yeah. But you do notice it kind of looks like an apple. It's delicious. Tastes like a very sweet kind of crisp apple.
You see it's like all the things that look like leaves on their body like just get a little bit greener. And they're like, yep, okay, yep, another 2 of those. That's 6 of those. Okay.
How's about that second desert ham?
We might not like this desert ham.
Yeah, suffocating in the sand brings up bad memories, so I'm going to stick with just the 1 ham.
I won't pry.
No, thank you.
Well, if
Looking
you,
around the shop, is there anything from our neck of the woods?
Oh yeah, because you're from the other.
you don't seem to see anything here from the other continent. No, neither of you do. In
How many
fact.
days is it until New Year's?
Until New Year's, it's still 2. You're
Still 2, cool.
you're still actually on the first full day that you've spent in the Golden Tooth.
See if there's anything else you'd like in the store.
Okay. I know a cue to fuck off when I hear one.
And
I
Reed will like,
fuck off.
you know the thing we've talked about for New Year's?
Yeah.
Reed will just be like, could you source...
When do you need this by?
it's like a sort of New Year's tradition.
It'll cost you extra. Source it by then.
Yeah, that's okay.
Would you like? We can discuss price in a more discreet manner if you like.
Yeah, all right.
Later on.
Yeah, we'll do that via like a strange internet messaging service.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, that'll be 40 gold then for what was? No,
That's usually what I say.
Oh.
That'll be 40 gold then.
I've heard other people saying it. I've never really known which side of the conversation that comes from.
Right, it's usually the teller that does that bit.
You're like a fortune teller? That's cool.
Yes, I can see you paying the 40 gold in your future.
Oh, wow. I'm actually going to do it as well. That's crazy. And they feel in their pocket, count out 40 gold into a tiny little bag and hand it over.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you.
It's all right.
Well, I hope you come back.
I will. Probably before New Year.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Yeah, no worries. Bye, Fig. We're out of here.
I was told to wander off.
You're not out.
And my impulse control got the better of me. I'm going to try and just pick up something as I'm walking away.
Oh,
Nice.
you are.
As I turn around, hood goes up.
Cool. Give me a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's no store.
This elephant is a youth.
That's a hooligan.
Oh, nice. 21.
Nice. Yeah, you managed to grab. Roll me a d4.
Grab one of those hams.
4.
Cool. You grab a bag of what appears to be these kind of soft jelly sweets that say Lordosian's friend.
Soft jelly. Sweets.
Oh, nice.
Hoomst.
But they're called the Lordosian's friend.
I never thought I'd enjoy a supermarket shop so much. Not even there.
Is there shit?
Neither are they.
Is there like weird supermarket music playing from just somewhere as well?
There's like a harp in the corner.
It's just a guy. Like.
Cool. I'll just go into a pocket.
Nice one.
Was there a sign by the jelly sweets for how much they all are meant to be?
Yeah, they were a gold for a bag.
Oh, I'll just
One
drop
gold
a
a bag.
gold coin when I pick the bag up.
Cool.
It's not worth stealing.
Nice. So yeah, you kind of replace the bag with a gold piece as you stride out of the store, followed closely by Reed with this kind of just managing to carry this large basket of shopping, the stakeout
I don't think I
snacks.
can afford to get any more.
Right, I'll take it off him.
Yeah.
One last thing before we cut away Faith of Black.
Yeah.
So it was like, that's not bad for 35 gold.
What?
35 gold, you know how much you were meant to spend because you rounded it up.
Oh, damn it, I didn't get the second hand. That was a waste of money. Never mind. It was intentional.
Did you just get conned out of an extra $5?
I conned myself out of it. I just go, that'll be 40.
Oh god! I guess he wasn't going to argue with
That man did nothing.
No.
And you
That
sent
man
the
was like,
Loxodon away.
That's so in character. I'm so happy.
We're never letting Reed go shopping ever again.
Cutting to our two investigative friends briefly as we cut to Quinn and Rodeo as you just managed to kind of get...
Before you do that, Mull.
I'm good, Dad.
I'm probably going to do a break after this section, so we'll do a batch of mullen after that. But as you to approach the lift, you do see as it is there is currently one called down to the bottom floor, and you do see as right at the top, you do see another one seemingly at the top entrance as well. As you, the lift is yours. Doesn't seem to be anyone else down here waiting to use it or anything like that.
I was just going to ride it up, have a look, ride it down.
Sounds good to me.
Cool. Yeah.
Good to get a view of the whole city from up here, or as close to the whole city as we can get.
It's you pretty much can, as well as the lift begins to ascend as you step on board, pull the slide yourself, there's no one to do it for you at this level, and pull the lever that begins your motion upwards.
Start to look as we're ascending, but I'll also just kind of say to Rodeo, so is this a kind of place that you used to lay down the law? Shoot a few bad guys?
I ain't never been here before. This is very new and interesting territory for me. But you know, there's some familiarities about all towns once they get big enough end up being run the same way. I think there's the shiny stuff on the surface where everybody shakes hands and smiles and does things the way they're expected to, and then behind the closed doors, or in this case, deep down underground, there's dealings are another kind. So, yeah, I ain't never been to this place, but I've been to a couple hundred like 'em.
I think the crooks and scoundrels might be familiar.
Oh, yeah, there's folks like that wherever you go, but,
It's exciting.
well, unfortunately, places like this, sometimes it's the only way to live. And, context is important when it comes to this kind of thing. It's all about making the right judgment call.
It's good to be amongst the people again. Kind of, I don't know if there are slats, but I'll sit and just if they're all slit and poke my legs out so I'm dangling.
It's like one of those full grated things. You wouldn't be able to stick your legs out, but you could certainly sit on the elevator floor if you wanted to get your butt sticky.
Sit on the elevator floor and just...
Cool. Yeah, you do so. Give me a perception check as you look through the crimson spyglass.
Yeah. I'm going to use my point of inspiration.
Nice.
Yeah, do it.
But,
Nice.
Oh, God.
Oh, it's coming.
13.
That's nearly double. 13. My perception is just +1, 14.
14.
Oh, that's an 18.
That's an 18. Oh,
Hey.
Oh, my God.
That's 19.
Sorry.
19 total.
Cool. Yeah, a bit of a different result there. So as you kind of peer through, you don't notice anything kind of glaring at first until you start to look over towards the district where the the Dragon's Head is. Looking over towards that circular building, which you can now get a pretty good
Is
view
that
of.
where we were before?
That's the pub you were at before. Your eye is drawn there initially as kind of you can now see from this top floor, this kind of top-down view almost, especially as the lightning kind of does all surge from that district inwards into that central nexus of the Dragon's Head Tavern, as it kind of scatters and cascades around the roof of that region. But as your eye is sort of drawn towards that region by the kind of glow of light that is there, you do notice through the flickering lightning, there does appear to be runes carved in and around the roof, the road, and the kind of lightning rod that is protruding from the top of the Dragon's Head bar. And yeah, you can't quite make out these runes because you're at quite a distance here, but you definitely get that same kind of glow that you got when you saw the kind of rune that marked out the secret entrance to the Crimson Gallant lair.
Oh, shit. I didn't think there would actually be anything. And I'll kind of hold it up towards your eye and kind of
Will I be able to see it? Because is it an attunement?
It's not an attunement.
Oh, okay, so I will be able to see it.
You as you're kind of pointed in the right direction, you too see these kind of glowing runes covering the surface of this, the outside surface of this bar, the road that surrounds it, and yeah, this lightning rod on top.
Well, I'll be damned.
That makes the Blue King a lot more interesting all of a sudden.
Yeah. Was it the first time
Yes.
it was indicating the secret entrance to the Crimson Gallant?
It was an eye above the door that led into the cliff face that led you into
that weird tunnel and
the weird
everything,
tunnel that was carved out initially. It looked like by hand. That then when you got further and further into, I think Coroner and Reed went down into it. You found that enormous,
Huge,
massive, perfectly carved spherical tunnel on the
They
ground.
said that they travelled under the earth and such.
Well, that's where we are now. Interesting.
That kobold went down the hatch. Not now, but I'd like to get a closer look at those runes at some point while we're here.
All right. Well, chances are we're going to be heading back that way at some point. See our new friend Gero, whatever the fuck he said his name was.
The last thing we want is... This might just be big panic brain making weird connections, but the last thing we want is Danatesk to wander down here if he's aligned with the Blue King. He's still out there. I've been thinking about him, but...
Wow. Who knows? Something to be nosy about at a later time.
All the more reason to find the watch pack, I think.
Wow, if they've been down here causing trouble for a long time, chances are they probably know a little bit about this town. While we're up here, Radio is not... She will have looked through the looking glass thing that we've got when invited to, but in general, she is just looking out over the whole city. She's got her little leather notebook out, and she is, as we're going up and then on the way back down, she is basically just trying to sketch a very scratchy map of the whole city from this vantage point, basically just marking out just the rough districts, like
Cool.
this is where we've been, this is where the Dragon's Head is, blah blah blah, so that she's got in her head a bit of just a better idea of like how everything fits together.
Cool. Give me a survival check to see how accurately you can kind of make this map for yourself.
Oh, that's a 19.
19, nice. You can make a pretty decent. It's sketchy, but you do a pretty decent job
It doesn't
of
have to be
making out.
perfect. It's just
Yeah.
she's getting the lay of the land. This is a
Yeah.
decent vantage point, I think.
You do certainly do that, and yeah, you kind of, having done that, you think you could navigate around here quite a bit easier now.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, you kind of go up to the top of this lift, it reaches the surface, you're briefly met with the kind of twilight glow that the golden tooth gives off. You are met by this golden glow that the city does still give off, but at a much dimmer level than you saw in the daytime, as you briefly arrive into the greens area of the golden tooth. The guard there kind of looks at you as you kind of arrive up from the Undermountain as tithe payments. You just lower back down and kind of like you see him roll his eyes at you and then just turn back around. You can see this probably happens quite often.
Oh, well, people riding to the surface just to get a look and
Just
then
have a
go
look
straight
and then
back
go
down
back
without
down.
paying. Get a single breath of fresh air
Yeah.
and then go back down.
Hold your breath.
Exactly that. And as the lift descends back down into the city, cut to Coroner very quickly. I believe you're headed to the depths.
Yes.
Cool.
Both figuratively and genuinely.
Cool, yeah. As you stride on through the Undermountain, very easy for you to find your way. This is somewhere you've been a few times. Not an immense amount of times, being that, yeah, you're not a big drinker. You've been kept busy a lot of your time here, but you do know your way, and you are eventually met with the kind of much more dingy sight of the depth, especially in comparison to the last tavern you were in. The name here, whilst also in neon, is just sort of hammered into the side of the cliff face wall that makes up the giant walls of this cavern. You see, instead of a doorway, there is just sort of the cave of a mouth that seems to descend down into dripping darkness beneath you.
Head on in.
Head on in. Cool. You kind of go down these hewn stone steps. Everything here slippy with the kind of dank moisture that is pervasive in this pub. As you get down about 4 steps, you kind of splash as you go into about a centimetre of water. Looking forward on all the kind of continuing steps, you see as it goes down into about waist height water as you enter the depths tavern. Down here, everything is, yes, kind of maintaining at this waist level of water, going up to just underneath sort of the level of where all the tables are at. You see kind of patrons as well as bar staff members wading through, delivering drinks. A few people just kind of like lying on their backs, paddling through the water, having a drink. And just very quickly, quite easy to notice, you do see the blocky figure of T Squared kind of sat in one corner with a empty glass in front of them.
Cool. Do I recognise with my eyes?
Yeah.
With my high perception,
Yes.
do I recognise what he's been drinking?
Yes.
Do I know what he drinks?
You can see that this appears to have been a glass of water.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Interesting. Cool. I will go and I will sort myself out at the bar. A pint of oil for me.
Okay.
And a glass of water for him, I guess.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you head on, you go to the bar, head on back to the table, kind of like, as you head over, you see that T Squared was kind of in a dormant state previously, sort of just not floating in the water as they're kind of like sat on this chair, kind of semi-submerged, but you do see as they're kind of like bobbing ever so slightly in the kind of like waves that are just caused by the other patrons going through this bar. As you kind of approach, their senses kind of like awaken and you see their eyes become, Coroner, it's good to see you.
And you, friend? I put a glass of water down in front of him.
Oh, thank you. And you see as he throws it into the like water that is all around the room. I just got that one to make it look like I was supposed to be here. It was free.
Excellent, good.
Oh, sorry, yeah, your oil would have been a gold piece as well.
Cool. That was filter water. Okay. You wanted a chat?
Yes, I did. There's, since you've been gone, I've been telling our story of our plight to any other of our brethren that we can find.
Wonderful.
And I was thinking, down here, under the, away from the watchful eye of the big city folk up top, maybe we should start the first church for our beliefs.
I certainly like the idea of that.
Down here, you could be our preacher.
Oh, that's certainly an appealing idea.
I didn't want to meet there because I didn't want to draw too much suspicion to the area, but there's a new tavern in town known as the Steamin' Wrench. It's a fully automated Warforged pub built by this kind of odd fellow, but he's a good friend to our people, and I've spoken to him, and he would allow us to use the back room in the interim time if we wanted to start things off going forward.
So there's a new Warforged bar in town.
Well,
We've met here in a place where I'm so deeply submerged, I'm going to have to turn myself off and put myself in rice for a good few hours.
I didn't want to draw any suspicion.
Okay.
If we start meeting there, now people will be like,
In the
"Ooh."
Warforged bar.
Well, I say Warforged. It's an automated pub.
Right.
Yes,
I would like to have a look.
it's quite something.
Is it nearby? I've
Somewhat.
just got my oil, so I've got time to wait.
To go to a different bar?
I mean, I want to finish this first.
Okay.
It cost me 3 gold.
Well, anyway, the man there is a friend, and we could use that establishment for the time being to begin our sermons.
Yeah, Coroner's got no idea they're ever planning to leave again, so that sounds like a fantastic idea.
Brilliant. Well, I will send the word out to our brothers and sisters, and
Yes, do.
or whatever Warforged say for that. Robotic kin.
Metal brethren.
Yes.
The Iron Brothers.
Iron strong.
Perfect. Yes. No. That sounds like a dream.
Brilliant.
Let me finish this and let's head over. I say, if now was a good time.
He would kind of, through his explanations, say it would take probably about another half an hour to get there, or so.
All right. Do I have time in our nebulous schedule to head there and back?
I would say you would think that people would be on their way to the Troll Road now.
Okay. I don't overly have time now. What do you do in the morning? I won't be open in the morning. That's a problem.
Well,
That's even better.
we could still meet there. That's exactly what I thought.
Yes. Right. Perfect.
Very well. Well, I'll tell Mr. Sprugget and
Mr. What?
Sprugget.
Sprugget.
Yep, that's the owner.
How many
you're a
silent H's are in that one, El?
None. That was as spelled as it sounds.
Sounded very southern. Right. Yes. That's perfect.
Brilliant. Well, I'm glad you're on board.
Completely. This is the kind of establishment that I wish we'd had when I was finding.
Praise be creation.
Praise be creation. No. Drink.
Oh, wait. Hush, hush.
Pour it on my side. I don't know how I consume.
You kind of like open up a hatch here and like tuck it in and close it up.
It comes in like an old oil can, so I can start oiling my joints.
Ooh, can I have a nip?
It's a celebration, right? No, it is a celebration. Barkeep, unleaded.
You're paying, I hope.
Good stuff. I like the idea that like you've got a dipstick and you're like, I'm thirsty.
That's even better.
You can have a point of inspiration for Jamie there.
Oh, great. I already have one. Who doesn't have an inspiration?
I don't.
There you go.
There we go. Here's a point of inspiration for Jamie. Well done, everyone. And with that, as you devise the first ever sermon of the tenets of creation with your friend T-Squared, that's where we're going to take a little break for now. We should be back in 5 to 10 minutes or so. Don't go anywhere. I will know. The winds will tell me. See you
We
soon.
know about it.
Wait.
Stop telling the winds where we live.
Hello, everyone.
Everyone.
We're live again. We were just talking about a...
No. We've been having normal conversations
normal
like normal
conversations.
people.
about patisseries. So last we saw. There's a camera. There's a naughty little camera. Bit around to Dan as well. So yeah, we go. Last we were with our players. Jamie's character, Coroner, was talking to an old friend of theirs who asked them to start a church to a religion that they both believe in, something known as the Church of Creation, and
the back room of a pub, definitely not a cult.
They have
I don't think it counts as a cult if there's only 2 of you. You need at least 3 people before it becomes a cult, I think.
Yeah, he suggested the back room of this pub, the Steaming Wrench, which is owned by a person that he referred to as Mr. Spruggett. Also, we were picking up stakeout snacks with
no steaks.
Shadow and Reed, and looking for some runes and magical things with Rodeo and Quinn. As the nebulous time bubble begins to interact, you all find yourselves approximately outside the Depth Pub at around the same time.
How convenient.
Somehow it does really just work out as, Coroner comes up from the depths, flanked by the friendly form of T Squared, as the 2 of you arrive, snack bundles in arm. Hello there!
T Squared, my good close friend, how are you?
I'm good, thank you very much, Reed.
Nice.
We just had a drink.
Nice, that's what pubs are for, proud of you. Is it wet in here?
No, it's wet down there.
Oh. We're not in there. I'm in there.
We can go in.
My feet were.
You look
You
like
just
you've
stood
had
in the
enough.
doorway just like dripping.
Yeah.
From the waist down, you do see as Coroner is
Salted.
dripping. Yeah.
Just my legs are occasionally kicking sporadically. Just that it's all
Oh,
all
a little
up
bit
in
of the
me.
spark coming
it's
out.
Right, it's not okay.
What's your special robe called? Like just
My stole.
Your stole.
It's
the
not that
ends,
long. It goes to like
just
here.
the ends would be a bit moist.
A little bit damp.
Yeah.
That's fine, I'll put you some rice later.
Thank you. That was foire, Jesus.
Well, Coroner, I will maybe see you later.
See you later. Have a fine evening. And then I'll say praise be to creation to him in Binaric.
Cool. You do so, and you hear it as they say it back in Binaric too. Quickly go over to the nearest alleyway and just begins fishing through a dumpster, just like throwing stuff out. And you see, as eventually they find something quite greasy and just sort of rub it on themselves.
He's not well.
I don't know what gave you that impression.
He
I
kind
think
of
he's living his best life, to be honest.
looks back to the group of you and kind of like smiles, and then like goes back to the the garbage hunting as you depart
dream.
off towards the Troll Road.
Right.
Right, we got snacks. Let's
Yeah.
divvy them up.
Should we...
There is also another snack place en route. Are you interested in stopping by there?
Okay, first let me talk you through what we've got. It's mostly kind of in your vein, Quinn. The 3 gold did not go too far, although they did get us 6 apple corns. But
Wait,
also...
you bought apple corns?
Yeah.
I'll see you in the morning.
Why?
Just stop by the clinic.
Oh, do they have like negative health?
We'll
benefits?
find out.
Okay.
50-50.
I've actually eaten a lot of laxatives before and have minimal effect, so maybe I'll be fine.
No bumhole.
I guess not. I hadn't thought about whether or not we had a bumhole.
Oh, I'm declaring it now.
I'm sure fairies must excrete. Well, that's what the spark
Yeah, that's what the spark is.
Oh, you're covering people in that.
It's piss glitter.
Yeah, shitter.
You've got your glitter. Quinn's got their slime.
Everyone's just
Applebee's got their Applebee.
He's got the
Yeah.
soil.
Everyone's just
Our
excreting.
camera is team no anus.
Yes, we have a name.
Oh no.
That's not. Don't be proud of that.
I just like friendship.
That's good. I'm genitalia or tool.
No, yeah. Kendall Cam.
Yeah. Team Ken.
That's
yeah.
brilliant.
And then for you, in terms of dwarven stuff, the guy said that it was really hard to get a hold of and then gave me a whole list of stuff. So you've got a little dwarven whiskey. There's a sand ham, which is ham from the sand.
Dan, you'd certainly know of the famed sand hams of the Nargoli Desert. Rodeo, you too would know of these,
Yeah,
actually.
that's where she's from. This
Yeah.
is fucking regular ass shit for her.
This is, well, far from it, in fact. These are very high-priced items, even in the deserts, as these are a pretty rare delicacy and
Yeah,
prized.
they grow them under the sand, don't they?
Well, they are
What is the ham from?
Cured.
What creature does this ham come from?
some kind of desert boar.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and
It's
the
like
meat
a
is
century egg. It needs to be down there
Yes.
for ages.
Really long time.
the meat is cured under the sand, and the sand kind of like innately gives it some of its taste and distinctive texture.
The grit.
Nice.
It's all about the grit.
All about the grit.
And then also some iron bread, iron loaf, and some rusk bread.
Certainly, the both of you being from Nargoli would know all of
It's
these
quite
items.
common,
I
yeah.
love rusk bread.
Well, that's good. I only got one, sorry. I got a bit excited about the egg.
The loaf is like about yay big, and can be like sliced, and is usually like you would know is sliced up and dunked into beverages.
We'll dunk it in our whiskey then. Do we feel like that's enough? I didn't get you any like motor oil.
That's all right. I just filled up.
Yeah, you're all good.
That's a good,
I'm lubed and ready to go.
good bundle for a...
Still not a bad ball.
I feel like the last shopping trip took quite a lot out of all of us, so I'll find just kind of one shop today.
Cool.
It'll do for now. And
It does miss out on.
Grubbins.
Grab stuff.
Yeah.
We go in the morning.
It's quite. No, I've got plans in the morning.
Oh,
we
A
know.
week ago in the morning.
all right. Maybe. All right.
It is on the way.
Quick stop at Grubbins' Grabbing stuff.
Yeah, if it's on the way, then we're
Okay.
going.
Cool.
Nice.
It's about 15 minutes to Grubbins' Grubs and stuff, and then about another further 15 minutes to the Troll Road. So yeah, certainly as you're taking this kind of route that leads pretty much the whole way on a road that is flanked on one side by the wall of the cavern and whatever buildings are built into it. Much like the depth, there are a few other buildings that are sporadically built inside the wall of the cavern, one of which you eventually reach is Grubbins' Grub and stuff. This one has a wooden sign that is nailed into the side of the cliff face, and a sign that seemingly was pretty nicely calligraphied on there, but definitely by hand, as you see the sign Grubbins' Grub and stuff.
Strong nails.
Before we go in, because me and Quinn we've caught up at this point. haven't we? Oh yeah, because
You're all together in
Yeah,
the time bubble.
So
pod.
yeah, when Reed's going through all of the snacks, Rodeo will be like, "Wow, seems like you've got a good little haul." And well, while we were away, we managed to find something a little tasty too.
Where's your
And
snacks?
I pull out the map that Radio sketched, and on it will be marked, as best as she could, a copy of the runes
Cool.
that we saw. I know that we were far away and the shapes probably aren't perfect, but like roughly where we saw them
Cool. Yeah.
in the center of the city. And I'll just show them to everybody else and be like,
Radio, your handwriting's fucking awful.
I don't know what they mean, but they look awful familiar compared to those ones that we found in that cliff face.
Not sure if it's Gallant related or just another type of rune, but getting a closer look would...
Definitely
Interpret.
something beyond what meets the eye. Could be interesting. Could be worth checking out. Could be worth avoiding. Depends what everybody's feelings on the matter are. But
We don't necessarily know what that staff does. Past it showed that one symbol. I assumed it was some kind of gallant specific, like almost graffiti.
I've not actually identified it, I've not thought to, so maybe at the start
Might
of
be
this
worth it.
stakeout I'll take 10 minutes.
Might be
Actually,
worth-
while you're shopping, and I'll just plant myself
oh yeah,
on
they'll be in there for more than 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Way outside.
begin.
You do so. Who's going
You're
in?
for a second going to go like, "Will you won't be here to go for it." Yeah,
Going in?
Going in.
Yeah. Who's going with?
yeah, I'll come in.
Staying out? Going in?
I will stick outside.
Stay outside?
Because I'm curious. We definitely should have done this before we
I should
used
have,
it.
yeah, that was
But it's
probably-
fine. We'll do it now. It's fine.
Before we go in, Reed will just be like, "Is there anything that you would like? Anything particularly dragony?"
Oh no, you got that ham. That's the good shit. That's all I care about.
I could have got
You've done
another one.
pretty good job already. Give me something to chew on. I don't give a shit.
Okay.
I'll throw you the bag of
Oh, don't give me the hand.
Lord Ozian's friend.
Oh, the chewy sweets. Oh yeah, fuck yeah. Oh, these
Chew
are
on
fucking
those
true
for
in
a
my teeth. She takes out like 5 in one go and just chugs them in.
Yeah, pretty nice range of flavours. Each of the different gummies corresponds pretty nicely to a fruit. As the three of you head into Grubbins' Grub and stuff, there's a very short sort of antechamber as you are like taken through a carved bit into the tunnel as it opens out into a fairly wide, almost warehouse-style room with at one end you see an enormous grill that extends the whole length of this kind of warehouse-esque area. A portion of the warehouse is set out kind of where you're kind of standing now, just for plain seating. You can see it's a fairly casual system, sort of like a food court almost, where people just kind of come and go and sit where they please. And then to one side, in the other corner that isn't filled by the seating or the big long grill on the one wall, is another area that has more kind of like snacks, shop food and things like that. A lot of it just kind of generally looks, being that you just went to another pretty nice shop, this stuff definitely looks a lot more generic, sort of lower quality items in this shop by comparison. But you do notice there is a very big grill here that's currently serving quite a lot of people. You can see they're kind of serving all kinds of food on there, everything from kind of meats to fried fruit and things like that all the way across. And you kind of are getting this delicious smell wafting towards you that wasn't seeming to come out of the mouth of the cave.
You're probably going to get your steak if you want.
Yeah, Reed does like the Disney like sniffing and following
Oh,
the
follow the
scent
smell
trail
lines.
okay, yeah.
over to the meat.
As you're, defecating your
let's not-
sprinkles all over this
Rest on that.
restaurant.
It's not gross, it's beautiful.
The natural part.
Stuff can be two things, Kate.
Yeah.
Reed, this seems like a nice place if you want to make friends with people. Crack 'em.
All right. Hi there, meat friend.
I just watched that man get stabbed.
Look,
But he was
I'm going to go
polite
tend
about
to
it.
him. You have.
Yeah.
You see us kind of perched on a stool that has been placed there so that he is tall enough to run the grill. A quite tired, balding-looking halfling gentleman turns around to you, looks at you and says, "All right, how's it going?"
Yeah, good.
What can I get you?
I can smell meat. And
Oh, there's plenty of meat here.
Yeah, I can see that. Do you have any meat to go?
Yeah, I can whip you up whatever you like.
Whatever I like. That's a lot. I'm only a little wee guy.
I can see that.
Yep.
Oh, you're smaller than me. That don't happen very often.
Yeah, I know. You're huge.
I don't know you're that very often.
Yeah, I bet. What's happening?
You see as he kind of like is on this stool, he kind of jumps over to you, like hopping on the stool. He's quite proficient at this. As he hops over from the grill to the kind of counter that's before you.
Oh, cool.
And he kind of looks up, seeing you there, Shadow, as well. Hey, you are a lot bigger than me.
I am.
Yeah, well, what can I get? What can I get you?
I reckon I'm probably good for what you're selling.
Okay, what can I get the two of you?
Oh, I'm going to grab some snacks and shit from over there. This one wanted a steak.
Steak.
A steak.
Yeah.
How'd you want it?
Ooh, cooked.
Harry didn't know the
I
options.
can do anything from blue to black.
Oh, cool. Have you got like an orange one?
No.
Okay.
Love you so.
Where were you going to get orange between blue and black? Clearly, it's got to be some kind of grey.
I didn't. I just assumed there was a range of colours and maybe like, I don't know, black's the most sweet and blue's the most salty.
Okay.
I like them. I mean, most things I eat freshly dead. So
Pretty
I
raw.
guess whichever
Blue.
one. Oh, cool. Yeah.
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 Still mooing a bit, you know.
What?
Kind of like swings back around, hopping over on this stool. You see as he like reaches up into this sort of like hole that exists sort of in the where would be an extractor fan be on a normal kind of oven. You
Yep.
see as his arm just kind of ascends up into this metal shaft, and he like pulls this thing out, and you do see as he then has a steak in his hand, slaps it onto the grill, and just starts frying it up. You see as he kind of like gets goes back up to the kind of thing in the ceiling and just like gets some pepper out, starts putting that on, gets a little sprinkle of salt, does that, and it's just like, What brings you down to Grubbinses?
Oh, to be honest, steak. We're going. Yeah, I know. Coincidence. We're heading out to do some outdoor camping. I'm not a very good liar.
The best part is you don't actually know what we're doing, though. So
Yeah.
I think you're
Usually
all right.
what steak out is.
Weird, that's a weird thing to say.
What's going on?
Yeah, I don't know.
I just
Anyway,
tend to
apparently we were going to be
like
outside for a
do.
while, so they like get some food. We went to Fegs, which was fine. You know, they had some cool stuff for my friends, but they didn't have what I wanted, which is that. That's a large steak, by the way.
That's just standard.
Yeah. No, so that's it, really. We're just going to go to some camping or something. I'm not sure. But they said get food. How would I, when I get a house, how would I go about getting a steak hole in the ceiling?
Me hole?
Yeah, steak hole.
Yeah, that leads to my pantry.
Oh, nice.
It's a pantry hole.
So there's just a pantry up there.
Well, it's not up there. That's just a hole that leads to it.
Oh, is it like magic?
Yeah.
I could do that. Druidcraft's just like a puff of wind. Just get,
Cool.
how cool is that?
Nat 20. He is incredibly stable on this stool. The gust of wind doesn't
I wanted to
even
knock him off.
bother him. I know you weren't intending to do that, but
Oh,
I was
okay.
making the check anyway. It would have been a very easy check to make, but I rolled a nat 20 on it. So you see as this wind does nothing to him. He is a very, he's a well-trained stool rider.
You are incredibly stable on your 4 wooden legs.
You see as he pops up onto one stool leg, reaches up into the hole, gets some cut potatoes, throws them onto the grill. As you see this steak really looking pretty nice, flips it over into just this kind of paper bag, and then sprinkles these cut potatoes in there and kind of hands you this bag of steak and potatoes.
I've got free potatoes with my steak.
Yeah, it comes with potatoes.
That's fun. All right, cool. Out of interest, and Reed will flutter over and ask this guy also if he can source the New Year's thing and if it's any cheaper.
I'll give you another message about that.
Cool,
Yeah.
we'll discuss this later.
Yeah,
Reed's like, I've recently learned about haggling, so I will be playing you off against Figs.
He's got nothing on me.
Okay. All right then. How much is the steak? Should have asked before I did this.
2 gold.
Absolute bargain.
All right.
cheap
I'll tell you
steak.
what, I'll give you 3.
Why?
I don't know, good chat. Tell them how to get a steak hole.
All right. 3 gold.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to give me something for 1 gold, then, you know, if that makes you feel better.
Thought you would just give me an extra gold.
Well, I was, but now you made me feel like I shouldn't. I'm not used to customs. I'm from far away. Out of
let's
interest,
just
what are
take
you
the
doing in
2 gold.
780 days? That's not, we don't need to roleplay that conversation.
We know he's coming.
What was your name? Are you Grubbins?
Oh, I'm Grubbins. Doug Grubbins.
Oh, wow, having a shop named after you is pretty cool. Have you changed it recently? People seem to change their names when it's on a shop.
No one does that. That's not like people to do. I don't know anyone who's done that recently. Shut your little mouth.
I was talking about my uncle.
With a crit fail, he is intently focused on cooking. You see as he's throwing on a new order. You see as he's shouting across the kitchen as he 69 some fries.
Thank you.
What's the number?
86.
86, there we go.
69, that's
That's something else.
Yeah, I knew it was a number.
right. That's incredible.
He's what the price?
I beg your excuse me.
I'm going to come eating him more.
Shadow, as you head off to the
Building
store area of the shop, what's your vibes?
Looking for assorted snacks that I have not seen before.
Cool, yeah. You find here this one seems pretty unique. It seems to be these candied fish in a bag that are called sweet fish, and this particular brand of them is from a place known as Ria Batiri. This certainly would be you would certainly know fish and how they would normally be if you would be in a savoury manner. So this is quite a novelty here, seeing these kind of candied fish.
Do they come in like a bag?
Yeah, it's like I guess they'd be akin to like a big box of biscuits or something. Or like a bag of cookies.
Probably the wrong vibe. jellied eels?
Less like that. They're candied in a way that makes them like hard and crunchy.
Okay.
Ooh, crispy.
Oh.
Yeah, like
Crisp.
yeah, sort.
What's
What's the
white bait? It was sweet.
sort of? What's that like hard, like almost like toffee stuff that you kind of make on like a big slab, and then you like crack it with a hammer.
God.
It's like that,
Like
like
sugar
cold
glass.
honey.
yeah, sort of like those two
Or like a
things.
clear
Yeah.
caramel or something.
Yeah, it's like that. It's kind of that texture where it's been like
Brittle.
Yeah, brittle. That's the
Yes.
fuck. Thank
Nice
you,
one, Gordon.
There you
Gonti.
go.
Inspiration.
Teamwork
Yeah.
makes the dream work.
It's that, but with like fish embedded in there. So it's like this hard sugar coating on fish that you kind of
Brittle
just like
sugar fish.
yeah, brittle sugar
Yeah,
fish.
I'll get a bag
Name
of
of my next D&D
sugarfish.
character.
Nice. That's 1 gold piece for
yeah.
a Rheabatirian sweet fish.
So we got our savouries, we got our sweets. I'll wander back over to...
The gang, you've got your bag of steak and potatoes
Right.
all set. It's kind of beginning to like, you do notice it's kind of beginning to like pool some grease at the bottom of this bag
Oh, it's
now.
going to be a soggy paper bag, isn't it?
Coroner, do you want the oil?
Maybe when you're done with the bag.
As you stride on out, you see as
emergency.
very conveniently that took exactly 10 minutes.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, liar.
They were in there at least half an hour.
As the spell goes off while you're sat outside here. And you get this feeling as this kind of the power of the staff flows into you as, through the 10 minutes of you casting this spell. While this staff isn't powerfully magic, it is subtly magic. And you kind of garner from your spell here that this staff is designed to see inactive magical kind of runes, texts, things that have been hidden by magic but aren't necessarily actively magical in themselves.
So it's not necessarily Gallant specific,
I'll relay that to the group.
which
as
is
they come
good
out.
and interesting to know. It'll be good for like finding secret entrances and stuff.
So, yeah, totally.
You need
Interesting.
to make a monocle out of that first.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, how big is this thing? It's quite bulky. Isn't it?
The whole staff is like this wrought iron staff with a big ruby kind of like encrusted into the like top bit, and like kind of the metal worked around it to shape an eye sort of shape around it. But yeah, the ruby itself is probably like that big.
Okay.
No.
So yeah,
Wheel it
fairly
down.
hefty monocle, but it could be done.
Wheel it down, replace my eye with it.
Oh, that's a cool vibe.
That would look sexy. However,
You'd certainly be able to
don't
find
know
a.
if that would work.
You certainly saw a chap with a monocle earlier today, so you could certainly that is a service.
There's
that you could
definitely
find.
someone down here that will remove your eye and replace it with
For
something.
free.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
then
Dr. Gore.
let's get going.
Let's go!
Come on down to
Connor will
Dr.
go with a
Gore.
rusty spoon.
That costs extra. For the
Or the
flavour.
rust.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, to the Troll Road?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
to the troll road.
To the Troll
Troll
Road.
Road.
We got to pay the troll toll.
As you head through this part of the Undermountain, you're now sort of at the opposite side of the Undermountain city to Dr. Gore and Coroner's place of home and business. This is, about as far away from home that you can get while still being in the Undermountain. And as you get further and further into this district, you do notice it open up a bit and the city streets are a little bit lighter here and it gives way to these kind of more open streets as well as what you see before you carved into the cave wall and reaching up the entire mile or so extent up into the ceiling, a very thin road just carved in a winding path all the way up to the top. It looks like it would take a couple of hours to get from the top to the bottom of the Troll Road. Coroner, you know that, upon this road is the most secret way to get into the Undermountain, but it is a bit of a trek, being that it is a road all the way down into this subterranean city. But a fairly well concealed entrance that supposedly even the Gold Claws don't know about.
Is this how you got in before? Not in game, obviously, we don't know that.
Usually, yeah.
This is how most people in the Undermountain now get in and out.
Cool.
But yeah.
Right, so there that is. You can find a pretty nice vantage point and see the whole bloody thing if you're so inclined.
Are we all staking out?
I figured that was the
Do you have
plan.
anything better to do?
Oh no, I'm equipped. So
You see now as this bag of grease has got this quite like the pool of grease
Just
in the bag.
dripping
I'm
It's just,
surprised
yeah.
it's not falling out the
And you do notice it's got this kind of red tinge to it.
Yeah. You gonna eat that?
I did
It's
quick.
gonna get cold.
Reed like climbs in the bag.
Oh, yeah, you see this kind of like bloody, oily soup inside the bag that's kind of like soaking into the potatoes.
All right.
Oh.
This is horrid.
All the bags we just get like moving.
Yeah.
Bursts out like the alien.
Yeah.
So you're here, you can see this winding road up before you. Would you like to go onto the road itself, or you want to find somewhere off the road to kind of look at the road from?
Off-road.
Off-road. Is there nearby like a roof we could get onto?
Certainly there would
Did
be,
the
yeah.
note suggest a part of the road, an end of the road, or was it just kind of the entire thing that they were hitting?
There's no other way to go. So once you start on the road, you either go all the way down it or you turn around. So there's not a specific place that they were always happening, but it was always on this road, from what you kind of heard on the docket and saw in the evidence there.
With my eyes, can I spot anywhere, just from below looking up, can I spot anywhere near the road that could be a good hiding place for them to jump out from?
For the watch pack to sort of ambush from?
Yeah.
Cool, yeah. Give me an investigation check.
I'm not going to do that. I'm
Okay.
going to use my nat 20.
You're going to use your nat 20?
Nice.
Cool. Looking around here, you certainly notice a few places that would be good for an ambush, whether it be a place for you to hide presently or for the watch pack possibly to come out from. There is a fairly large disused building that is about 100 feet back from where the kind of the end of the Troll Road goes into the kind of ground floor of the Undermountain. That would certainly be a good place to watch that entrance and exit from. You also see from down here, nearing the top of the road, there does appear to be what appears to be some fallen boulders that have blocked off a small portion of the Troll Road. I'd say that is about 3/4 of the way up. And you can also see probably the next best place. As I said, the buildings did thin out a little bit here. The next best place from here would probably be a bridge that sort of is semi-attached to the kind of building that you're on, but it also extends to kind of into the cave wall and forms like a small part that would sort of overlook this whole area, really, with a kind of on a railing system. But the only way down from there would be either to jump down or travel the quite long route back across the whole bridge.
Cool. Yeah, relay all this information to the group. I could, if you all want to set up somewhere, I could maybe trek my way up, have a look at some of these places and see if anyone's lurking and walk on down. I don't really get tired, so I'm not going to be wearing myself out going up and down for a couple of hours.
Hey.
If you'd like a companion, but you don't
Anyone's
want
welcome to come.
too suspicious, I could like turn into a little cat.
Is it precarious?
Which bit?
The road in general.
The road in general, I would say it is not very precarious, but you would have to be careful. There is no railing
Is it a
or...
fall that would like kill, essentially?
You'd just fall, if you fell, you'd sort of fall usually onto the lower bit of road, but they are probably like 20 to 30 feet each time you would go down, like a bit, depending on which bit you fell in, but it would also then be quite easy to just snowball
If
all the
we
way
stick
down.
as a group, I do have feather fall just in case things get hairy.
Yeah, quite nice.
So we're going on road then.
I don't know. I think
Maybe should we
keeping
scout a bit of it and then come double back?
I think keeping at least someone down here to keep an eye on the road as a whole is a good idea. I just want to, if they are already hiding up there, these are some likely places. I could quickly. I've got pretty nice eyes. I could go up there and have a look.
You do have nice
Oh,
eyes.
that's a good point.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, I don't mind staying here and eating snacks. That's fine as well.
Yeah. I mean, I am well equipped for a stakeout.
If you
You sit
fish.
on back.
if you do go wandering up the road and you do find somebody up there already hiding, do you plan on saying hi,
I will.
or just making a quick mental note and then coming back and telling us?
when they kill me, I'll fall in such a way that you see my body just dropping down each.
All right, cool.
layer.
Let us know from a distance.
yeah,
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Make the biggest
Rouge.
clanking noise you can on the way down.
You'll
Yeah.
hear screeching binaric, and that usually means I'm in trouble.
All right,
or I'm
cool.
praying.
Same thing, really, isn't it?
Right on.
So how we splitting? You're going up the road?
I'm just going to have one. I'm not going to aim to start any fights.
Cool.
I'm just going to go up to basically the top,
Yep.
take a peek outside, and then walk down again, looking at any hiding places to see if anyone's lurking. But yeah, I won't approach.
A couple of things I'll mention before we get into this kind of this bit of the session. Through all your walking, your activities now, you've kind of gone into the nighttime time zone of the Undermountain. The bioluminescent orbs at this stage are pretty dim, creating a semi-night-like effect down here. And yeah, you can see with the kind of, even with this kind of dim light, at the moment it doesn't appear that anyone's on the road. At least you can't see anyone with a light on the road, which they certainly, you'd assume someone want a light going down there, unless it was a party of people who all had dark vision or something like
Nice. Can I borrow the staff?
Of course. Cool. I'm not that form currently. Of course. I was gonna come with just.
Oh, yeah, then.
Better form.
Come on with them.
But you have got a better perception than me, so feel free.
I have the staff.
that. You have the staff.
I have it.
It's a +10 stunner.
While we
Only illusion magic is very annoying.
while we do this as well, just so Waylon isn't seen interacting with the do-gooders.
Okay.
I'm just gonna take a new form.
Okay.
And I'm gonna turn into my father for a bit.
Okay, cool.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, that's okay.
What
We can unpack that later.
You see as Quinn turns into a taller form, probably like 5'10", 5'11", kind of fairer skin, salt and pepper thick face beard where you can barely see the mouth, kind of scraggly kind of salt and pepper hair, not too dissimilar to Quinn's but completely different colour, broad-shouldered, athletic but not muscular, very piercing green eyes.
Yeah, you will see that form. You're still in your just normal clothes as well, right?
Yes, I'm gonna I've got like a heavy cloak, I think.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna pop that on and just cover it up mostly.
Cool, nice. So, anyone that's staying down here, do you want to go into the building, or do you want to go over to the bridge, or the kind of the awning that kind of watches over this whole area?
Warning.
Yeah, I think something that will get us a good vantage point
Cool. Yeah.
from down here is a good idea.
It's about 20 foot off the ground, and yeah, you're about 50 feet here away from the kind of mouth of the where the kind of road leads out onto the ground floor. Yeah.
If we're 20 foot up, does that mean I can just fire the window?
It's an open thing. This is just sort of a floorway with a railing that's been nailed to the side of the cliff here, really. So yeah, it's just cliff on one side, a small railing in front of you, 20-foot drop down. But yeah, the only way to go back is a sort of annoying route where you have to go across this bridge, across the awning, across the bridge, and then down through like the house that was about 100 feet away.
All right.
Cool. Yes. Just going to go set up there. Cool. As you...
So it's us three,
Yeah.
and then you two are wandering up the hill for a bit. Okay.
As you head off, Reed would be like, oh, and chuck the rusk bread your way.
Fantastic, thank you.
Oh yeah, you're welcome.
kind of see them, you kind of have this conversation as you two are below, just about to kind of get on the road as you pass under the bridge, as you guys are going over them.
Crumbs in the bit immediately.
Yeah. As the two of you begin to climb up the troll road, which order would you go in? Would you be double-breasted? You can pretty easily fit in a row here, or would you kind of just walk in a line? What would you
Side
do?
nearest to the ledge.
Cool.
I just walk beside them, yeah.
Cool.
Side by side.
Cool, yeah. As you head on up, as I said, it would probably take you about an hour to get to the top. Is there anything you'd like to do in that time as you head on up? Likewise to the three of you down on the alleyway, other than just looking and waiting.
Consume snacks.
Consume snack.
Yeah. Consume snack. I know that Coroner will probably be perceptioning kind of with the staff, so I think
Perceiving.
I will kind of pay attention to our immediate area around us for investigation, just to see if there's any points here that are like either I'm not expecting trapped, but trapped, or like a little bit weaker where there'd be like a good ambush point. So whereas Coroner's kind of like, I guess,
just
looking out, I'll
Yeah.
look at our feet.
Cool. Well, if you want to give me a perception check then, and Dan, you can give me an investigation check.
That's pretty nice. That is a 24.
Nice.
That is for investigation 10 plus 7, 17.
Nice. Cool. Yeah, you do. You keep yourself and Coroner on a pretty steady track up here. You kind of follow the more central bit of the road, so you're not like too close to the cliff wall in case anything falls down, and not too close to the edge just in case something happens. And you do notice there are fairly regular track marks here, and with both your checks there, you do also notice in a few places there seem to have been scuffs in the ground and really clear signs of battle where these carriages seem to have just stopped coming down this road. As you see, they've just seemingly vanished without a trace as the tracks just stop in place and just kind of leave just a scuffled area kind of on this fairly kind of dusty, rocky track up towards the surface.
Right. Yeah, cool. Just go up, peeking through the stuff occasionally, looking for, hiding spots and anyone who may be in them.
Cool. As you do so, that kind of roll going forward, you don't seem to notice anyone up here as you make your way, getting pretty close to the top even. You don't see another soul on this road as you head on up to the top. And as you go through, you do see one small marking. It's not something that you are looking through the glass this time, but it's not something that it brought up. But you do just notice with that check, this kind of like nick in the stonework that looks almost like it's a handle. As this is about 3/4 of the way up, somewhat near where those boulders are.
Interesting. I'll point it out to you. What kind of handle are we talking?
It's just like sort of a cup in the rock that you could kind of get your hand around.
Mage hand from 30 feet away and just say this isn't just like put it there and just like fiddle with it, like jerk it.
Doesn't like seem to be able to be twisted in any way, but you do sort of like you can't move this, it's too heavy, but you kind of get that thing where it feels like it could move.
This could move.
Do you want to peek now or regroup and then come back?
I'm a little weakling. I don't think I can move. Oh, I'm a little weakling. I don't think I can move.
I'm not the strongest either.
That's just chomping on your bread.
If we could, though, would you rather peek now or wait for the others?
Quid wants to peek now.
I'm always very curious.
Cardinal go up and not open the thing, but like try to see if they're strong enough to.
With a sort of, what's your strength?
0.
0? Yeah, with a sort of regular level of strength, you do feel like this thing would move under the kind of weight of your arm.
This isn't going anywhere. I say we wait for the others.
I'm showing a lot of restraint right now. Yes, let's do this before. Would you care to indulge me in a game I used to play with my mother when I was young?
Okay, so you're dressed as your father. And you want to play a game?
Not dressed as. Oh, hey, no, not like that.
Oh, I didn't. I don't know what your dad looks like, so I can.
So we're quite high up. I used to live in the mountains.
Okay.
I've got feather fall.
Nice.
Do you want to glide down?
Are we at the top yet?
You're about 3/4 of the way up here, where those boulders were.
Let's get to the top and then yes.
Cool, yeah, you keep going. Nothing else really of note comes up in this final stretch as you kind of get to the very steepest part right at the top, and you're met with a familiar sight, a sight you've seen a few times, the trapdoor leading to the surface above you.
Cool. Must be pretty big. Must be a big trapdoor.
It is a big trapdoor. You also see alongside it there seems to be an area that you could slide open to get larger things through.
Right, well, I don't think there's a need to go out, I'd say.
Oh, no, not at all.
Right, that's...
make sure you get a good run.
Yep, right. Do your thing.
This is actually going to be my first time casting it. I've only ever seen my mum cast it.
You should have mentioned that.
Okay, here we go.
Jump, and then as we jump off the edge, I'm just feather fall.
Cool, yeah, you do so, and you kind of like weirdly glide down to the...
You guys at the bottom here blaring binaric.
We're like, oh shit, they're fucking dead.
Just swearing in a constant stream.
Soft echo of a deep-voiced Irish man giggling like a kid.
Oh, I see. They have been very sensible.
You see, after about the hour that it takes to climb to the top, as slowly but surely your two companions float down towards you and sort
Mary
of
Poppins
manage
style.
to, with the kind of angle and the height, they do manage to sort of land on the bridge nearby you and kind of like clatter to the ground there as, you see your two friends descend from on high.
They actually groggy after like the first like 2/3. when the fear gave way to boredom, then I was
Oh, it's always scary for the first bit.
yeah.
Would Reed have been able to convince Granny to have a whiskey?
She does not need any convincing.
Okay, right. Yeah, you tell her, read it.
She's not gonna wait.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah.
What have you
Hi,
guys
guys.
been up to?
We tried the whiskey, we tried the ham, and I've eaten 3 apple-corns.
Have you shit yourself yet?
No, not yet. Book me in with Dr. Gordon just in case.
Just gonna pop a detect poison and disease quickly
On the food?
on everything.
Yeah, cool.
It's an aura.
Yeah.
I think it just are there any poisons or diseases nearby? I can read you.
Not coming from the food.
That's good.
No.
That's a very...
You can sense.
Where is it coming from, El?
Yeah, I beg yours.
What's the radius?
30 feet for 10 minutes.
30 feet. In a dumpster about 20 feet below you, you do get a strong sense of both poison and disease.
Nice. And also T squared.
Yeah. Oh, hello, guys!
We found a door partway up.
Yeah, all right.
Oh.
Or a door handle at least.
There's certainly something that could be opened.
Did you go in?
No, it's
Cowards.
heavy.
Oh. Well,
just weak.
not. I know I'm small now, but you can have a bear on hand to get it open.
I mean,
I'd
we've
suggest
got
we-
Rodeo.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I can handle it.
Oh, hey,
but-
Rodeo. Yeah, you're quite strong too. All right, I'll be a bear later.
I mean, that's a special thing that you can do like once a day,
Twice.
twice a day. I
Yeah,
can just
you
be
can-
kind of strong anytime.
All right. Yeah, that's fine.
Save the bear for a special occasion, all right?
Yeah. All right, cool. I saved some ham for you.
You see this kind of like savaged ham.
Just shredded,
Beautiful elf.
just torn to ribbons. While we were
Delicious.
staking out,
Yes.
did we see anything interesting happening? Anyone coming, going? Any motion
Over
other
the-
than these guys?
Over the hour, not really. You just saw them climbing up the road, and then
sailing back down.
descending back down. Yeah, you. From what Coroner would have said to you guys, would probably said, or just Coroner, what you would know is you can actually see the light from the hatch opening from the ground floor. Usually, it's obviously nighttime, so that might not be the case now. But yeah.
Any sign of anyone watching us, like the kobolds skittering about on the rooftops?
Yeah, the three of you that remained, you could all give me a perception check if you like to see that.
Hell yeah.
Natural
Wow.
20.
Natural
I'm going
20,
to use
nice.
my
Oh, that's better than mine. I got an 11.
Patreon given advantage.
Cool.
Actually, let me see how this goes. Don't worry about it.
Hey!
Another time, Patreon.
Shadow.
If it makes a difference, I
Yeah.
don't have dark vision.
It's okay. It's dim light down here anyway. But Shadow, with that nat 20, you don't know why, but you get the really strong impression that on that building that you passed up, kind of camping out in, you got a funny presence from in there, and you kind of this whole hour that the two of them climbed up to the road. You kind of were focused on that building, not really sure enough to make any kind of moves on it or anything like that, but just sort of observing. And as the hour kind of comes to a close, and you kind of you're rejoined by your party, you just see a shimmer on the roof of that building, as if there's something invisible up there.
Okay.
Yeah, you see a telltale shimmer.
Yeah.
But yeah, you do see this funny old shimmer, and yeah, being an expert in stealth yourself, you think it's someone doing something quite similar to you guys.
Nice.
How visible are we up here?
You're not very visible, certainly from the street level. I'd
Yeah.
say that roof is
But, like,
kind of
from invisible person's point of view.
you would be
probably see us.
fairly well visible
Yeah.
from there. He has an even higher vantage point than you. He's about 40 foot up,
Oh, okay.
right on the roof of this building, and certainly would get a pretty decent field of view.
Cool.
but he's not as
but hasn't necessarily done anything.
he's not as close to the road as you guys
Right.
are. He's a bit further back.
Right. Reed, carry on doing exactly what you're doing.
Shredding the ham.
Do you have any spells that may highlight someone who is invisible? Well, to be fair, the rest of you, and I'm just not taking my eyes off the rooftop at this point.
Yeah. I just drew it in my book. I can use fairy fire, and anything within that radius glows with a little pretty light.
Cool. Something or someone, where I'm looking right now, is invisible on that rooftop.
Okay. How far away is it?
It's about 50 feet away from you.
Is that in range?
Yeah, the opposite way to the road.
Cool.
Before you
Just going
pop
to
that-
quickly get some paper towel.
Oh no.
It's not a bad spell. It's just I don't want
But
it.
it is a
Just a
spell.
wet one.
I just don't want it to get on anything. Yeah.
Before
We're all
you
good.
reveal this person,
Yep.
let's also bear in mind that the Blue King could have someone doing the exact same thing we are.
Yeah.
Weren't we sent here by the Blue King?
We are freelancers. He might have his own actual people.
Ah, Lancers.
If his own actual people get found out by freelancers, then that bodes badly for them.
That doesn't do. All right, do your thing.
And
Alright,
if it's the people
where-
we're looking for, then even better.
Up on that rooftop over there?
Right over there, mate.
Cool. Standing on that rooftop,
Yep.
I'll cast fairy fire.
Do the people having the spell cast on them realise they're having the spell cast on them?
Any creature in the area when the spell is cast is also outlined in light. And if it fails a dexterity saving throw. Mother trucker, should have read that.
You can't be invisible in the area either anyway, I don't think.
For the duration, objects affected creature did light. The affected creature. So if it fails, it can't be invisible anymore.
If it fails, it can't be visible anymore.
Okay, so
Cool.
there's a slim chance this doesn't work. Yeah.
So it's lit up either way, and if it fails,
No.
that's how it's.
Any creature in the area when the spell is cast is also outlined in light if it fails a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, cool.
For the duration, objects and affected creatures shed dim light in a 10-foot
So it needs to be an
radius.
affected creature though, so yeah.
I mean, it's objects and stuff, so that whole roof's going to glow.
That's fine, we'll still see the person,
Yeah.
it won't be visible.
Oh yeah, I think that was more for if this person will realise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, I presume they'll realise.
They definitely, actually, they should have this at this as well. Cool. They definitely fail the dexterity saving throw. What you
Light
see
them up.
flared in a bright outline of this kind of green luminosity.
I can choose the colour, it will be
You
an
can.
autumnal orange.
Oh, it'll be an autumnal orange. Well,
Gorgeous.
glowing in this autumnal orange.
You weren't meant to light the fucking thing on fire! Oh, okay, it's fine.
You see the outline of this roof, and then as it forms up around the figure of this prone individual holding an enormous crossbow that is pointed towards the mouth of the road, as you see this blue dragonborn individual in this dark blue suit lying prone on this rooftop with this large crossbow as he's suddenly blazingly lit with this fairy fire light. Kind of like you see as he kind of like, oh fuck, and like jumps to his feet. What would you guys like to do at this point?
I did this.
Carry on.
I'll go prone like that on the roof.
Cool, you're just attempting to hide?
Window.
I,
We're on the same side
I
right
just
now.
keep staring at the roof, eating my fish.
Cool.
Corin is hiding.
Coroner's hiding? Cool. Yeah. Those of you who are hiding, give me a stealth check.
Yeah, really is going to be next. That's a 4. No, she's too big. That's an 8.
It's a 6.
It's a 6, cool.
I'm not used to my new form until.
He is 20 feet above us, and I think it's going to be
With a
difficult.
crit fail, can I fall off the roof?
Sure. Why? Yeah, you can choose to fall off. Give me a further dexterity saving throw as you fall off the roof.
Cast further fall.
Yeah, that's to be on you, surely.
It ends on
just
you,
land.
yeah. 11.
11. Cool. Yeah. You you don't manage to land on your feet. You kind of like land, slump down.
You land in the dumpster that was
20.
poisonous.
Oh no, yeah, totally crit fail.
Yeah. And you take 4 points of damage as
No,
you.
that's so much of your health.
Keep your mouth closed!
Don't breathe.
It's poison and disease damage.
You see as this figure with the crossbow kind of like looks around and seeing the group of you kind of there as the only...
I was going to do something, but let this happen first.
As the only kind of like people around for Mars, kind of like just turns his crossbow over towards the lot of you. Says, "You over there!
Oh yeah,
What are you doing?"
scouting.
We're. I'm hiding. I don't think I can be seen.
No.
I'm like,
What's
can I pop over there and we can talk about it? I think we're on the same side.
Kind of like why would you do this to me if we're on the same side?
You're invisible. You could have been the people. Who knows who you are? We don't. You don't know who I am. You've seen the what?
Kind of like,
We thought you might have been the ones that we're watching out for.
Yeah.
and who might that be?
Well, if I was to say that we were watching out and we were sitting around in a pack, would that give you an indication?
How smart is this man?
All right then.
60 feet away. All right.
Kind of like you see as he lowers his crossbow ever so slightly. You turn this damn light off.
Oh yeah, probably.
Cool. Yeah, and the fairy fire fades.
Does it fade?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Just starts flashing.
Oh, you're not invisible anymore. Sorry.
Yeah, I think I realised that.
Yeah.
Who said that?
Huh?
Oh, it worked. Well, I'm waiting for him too.
Right.
You wanna-
Who are you?
He kind of like looks at his blue suit and like,
Oh, the guys in blue work for the Blue King.
Yeah.
Yep.
who do you think?
Yeah, I worked it out now.
Yeah. Nice.
Thanks. Friend?
No.
Are you here most nights?
It's a rotation, but I'm here every other night.
Reed will like float down to near where Coroner's be like, do we want to come back when like he's not here?
I'm not here, shush.
I can't hear.
What are you guys talking about over there?
Oh, I talk to myself.
He's,
Spent a lot of time on my own.
I try not to talk to him, so he ends up talking to himself a lot. If you let him over there, you'll realise why I don't let him talk a lot.
I'm coming over to you.
That's okay by me.
And you'd see as he begins to like pack up his kit that he had up there and begins to descend down into the building. A few moments pass and you see as he begins striding across the bridge on his way over towards you, kind of crossbow slung over one shoulder. You also see at this stage he also has a kind of punch dagger on his waist.
Do you want to stay hidden?
They weren't very hidden.
I mean, he's coming up here.
Well, I'll go down.
I'm just lying flat on the roof.
I think he heard the eat shit.
Yeah. Oh, was it just you two?
He was also like above us for a good long while.
Yeah, and you flew
Probably
down.
saw you two flying down.
I panicked.
Yeah. So did I.
Oh, that's presentation. Just clean myself up.
Kind of like
And then I throw up.
kind of reaches the lot of you. You do see his hand is like not far away from his knife at his belt.
Coroner's still lying down, not really
Just
sure
lying
what
flat on
to
the
do.
floor.
Whiskey?
Kind of like takes it tentatively,
Well, not all of it.
takes a big glug, kind of hands it back. So,
So,
you guys work for the Blue King too then?
yeah, we're
Tell him we're freelancers.
yeah, that's it. Freelance.
I can hear you.
We're just there.
I'm standing on the lower leg.
I've been rumbled. Coroner jumps off into the bin.
Yes, we are currently trying to bring in the heads of the ones who've been doing whatever the fuck it is that's been going on here. I don't know if you'll notice we're not exactly local.
Didn't figure as much.
Do I recognise him?
No, not as far as you know.
Cool, sweet.
And you see as he kind of like begins to sort of unpack his stuff here and begins to kind of set up his crossbow kind of as it's resting on the railing.
What do we call you?
Oh, he invited himself to stay. That's fine.
What do we call you?
I'm Tagon.
I'm glad you're in a relationship, but what's your name?
Tagon
that's sick.
Jeraskul.
No, it's not. God, stop doing this to me.
Are you working alone? You said there was a rotation.
Well, I'm alone now.
Yeah.
In about, kind of like looks at this kind of like whirring device on his wrist that's like puffing out steams of smoke.
That's broken.
In about an hour, our next shipment is going to come through that door,
Right.
and I'm here to make sure those watch pack, they're not getting it tonight.
Insight check, is he actually alone?
Yeah, give me an insight.
It's bad. I don't mind doing that
9.
too. 9 is like
You
2.
can insight too.
What, the only charisma thing reads alright at.
It's wisdom.
Ooh, I'm going to use my Patreon advantage.
Yeah, baby.
Shadow, sorry, what's your AC again? I've lost it. No,
15.
in the spill.
I hate that you had to ask that.
I know, I just lost it in the spill.
Oh, it's okay.
Can I roll insight on you?
Yeah, sure. What's your insight check?
That's a 2. We've got no idea. Who is this guy?
A 17. Cool. Did anyone else roll
Why
insight?
is this man telling me stories?
I can do.
Cool.
Oh, that's 23. Yeah, I'm glad I did.
23. With that 23, you're very confident he is telling the truth for tonight.
That he's by himself.
That
but
he
there's
is-
something else.
That he's by himself.
Did you say a shipment's coming or he's swapping patrol?
A shipment is coming, and his job is to watch
So
that
he's
and
on
make
patrol
sure.
all night. He's not. There's no changing of the guard at this point. It's just gonna be him.
Yeah, just him, just watching out.
So your job is to watch and make sure the shipment reaches the floor.
Yeah. Or notify higher ups if it gets. Well, it's not going to. So it's not important. But
How many times have you stopped them from stealing shipments?
Once or twice,
Wow, that's cool. Well done, you.
Is the door partway up there part of your hidey hole, or
A what?
the door that's partway up there, is that one of your hidey holes, or?
A door up there.
I guess not then.
There's a door up there.
Yeah, you
There's
know.
a handle.
Coroner's behind this guy going,
That's good to know.
Why don't we take you up for a look? You have backup.
I'm supposed to stay down here.
It would just be a short walk, and also if we do run into those ne'er-do-wells, you'll have these 5 very proficient combatants, also working for the Blue King to capture the, what's he called, Fisto-Arcano, Rocky the Rock, and the Sunspeed.
I think it's actually Rocco the Rock.
Rocco the Rock. See, you're up to scratch. Imagine that.
They're my hated foes.
Tagon Jeraskul, the only one of the Blue King's men that brings in the 3 watch people single-handedly.
Give me a persuasion check at advantage.
Go on, do it.
Nice, that was good.
I love talking
I was
people into
trying
their death.
not to cast Chomp as well.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't need to. Double 17.
Legendary 17.
Woo!
That's going to be a 23.
23.
Persuasive.
Nice, Darren.
That is very persuasive. That sounds pretty fucking good, actually.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see it right now. Tagon, Slayer of the Fist.
Well, hang on. Obviously, you'll get the main credit, but we'll also be named, right?
We're just lowly out of towners in this scenario, I guess.
Oh
Yeah.
that's
we'll
fair enough.
We'll just get our pay.
Of course, all of them.
Yeah.
We just want our pay, that's all.
We are the Atal in the research paper of this man's life.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Yeah, like a towel.
Yeah, you guys like my towel.
Oh, we'll dry you off afterwards.
You guys are my best friends.
I'm feeling so conflicted.
Reed looks around to all of you like, I like this guy.
Oh, these shifts must be really long and lonely, huh?
Only my trusty friend here. And he strokes
You
the kind of
come up with
shaft
a name
of
real
the. I was really torn about calling it my lady. I was like, no, I'm not going to do it.
Well, you said it now.
I said it now.
You said it now.
We just write has crossbow called my lady.
Yeah.
Love to that crossbow.
If
Oiling my lady.
Oh, God.
If
John the
shit-
grease bag?
Ruined it immediately.
If
Ooh,
shit hits the
steaky.
fan, how were you gonna get word to the Blue King?
Oh, I usually stay here and I watch what's going on when I'm not stopping it, of course. If they get close enough, I shoot them. If not, I'm invisible usually, so I just hide here and then tell them what happened.
Right. Okay, so you've not got like an instant. I need help.
No,
Cool.
I'm like, just give my report at the end of the night.
Yeah. Okay.
Who do you report to?
The Pale Master.
Oh, nice. We
Same. I
report.
think.
No,
we're
We got that middleman.
We got a
Yeah.
middle.
Oh, Gero.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gero,
He's a hard bastard.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Is he on your level?
He's a bit above me. I'd say he's the job I want right now.
All right.
Maybe if I kill this.
Hey, aim higher.
You're right.
What they say, aim higher with some proactivity.
Yeah.
Be entrepreneurial about your job.
If I could take all three of them, maybe I'll even be at the same level as the Pale Master.
Exactly. Why don't we start marching our way up there?
Why
Too
don't
big,
we?
buddy. Take the initiative, if you'll excuse the expression. Come on up
Roll
with us.
initiative.
Take on, milady.
All of our eyes start bleeding.
Lead the way.
And he kind of he takes on his crossbow
I'll put my arm not around him, I'll give him a strong pat on the back.
he draws his dagger and he goes, "For the Blue King!" and then sets off.
Indeed.
Read with the whiskey bottle.
Oh yeah.
As he begins to lead the way up the troll road, are you all following him?
Oh, yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we've got a.
Sweet. Marching order behind him or with him?
I'll be by his side.
Cool.
I'll lead the way.
Okay.
I feel like Coroner's got to grips with things at this point. Gonna prep spare the dying.
Okay. Yep.
That's ready to go if anyone goes unconscious.
Cool.
Oh.
Reed has not at all got a clue what we're doing here. Reed just
Yeah.
thinks we've
Reed
changed.
thinks we're on a
Reed
fun
thinks we're on
adventure.
their side. So Reed's just
Yeah.
kind of skipping along, asking everyone if they want bread.
Just in Sylvan, muttering under my breath to as many people as I think there's at least 2 in the party who speak it.
Yeah.
What's the plan? Are we killing this guy?
Wait, what?
I really can't tell.
I thought maybe we could, if needed, throw him off, but maybe the Watchers will take care if we just stand by and
Just
do
go up and see
nothing.
what happens.
Can you give his report in the morning?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Oh shit! Yeah,
Yeah. So we could
Oh
just.
my god.
you're so useful.
Yeah.
You can become Tagon Jarascule.
I can.
For like, you can get his
You could
promotion.
be the career man.
Behind his character.
Tear up! No, give me the sheet right now.
You're going to be the career dragon that he could never be.
I'll get to own Milady.
I like
forget to
that
first.
feel when you get to own Milady.
End the stream. We've
That's the real
peaked.
fantasy. Dean.
This is the end of Hero's Grave.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that. But let's continue up the
Next
troll
week
road.
is Heroes Geraldo.
And the week after that is Heroes Gore.
As you head on up the... Sorry, what was the rest of the marching order? Shadow and Rodeo.
I am, unless Shadow has any particular reason to be right at the back, Rodeo will be because she has dark vision.
Cool.
So she will bring up.
I'll be shoulder
Back.
to shoulder with you. I'm just eating my fish. And
Oh yeah, you can like walk alongside me if you want.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I've got dark vision, so I'm gonna stick at the back.
You hear the crunching of these candied
The
fish
crunching.
as you head on up the troll road led by Coroner. Sorry, maybe
Reed's just sort of flitting around,
Yeah.
everybody handing out snacks.
Oh yeah, you can kind of do what you want, can't you?
be the ham waiter.
Yeah. You get some ham. You get some ham.
This is the best day ever.
Oh, this guy's never had co-workers before.
Yeah, lonely guy.
Haven't
Maybe-
made his last few moments.
Good vibe. I think we should bring him with us.
About 45 minutes pass as the lot of you get up to this boulder, and just on past that is the area where you found the handle in the side of the wall. It's been quite a long walk now. Quinn especially feeling this as you've now done this
We've done
walk
it twice.
up here, and you are quite tired at this stage. It's like it's steeper than that fucking massive hill we walked up in the side summer. It's like that, but worse.
Oh my god.
Yeah. You're welcome for that reference, viewers. You'll all understand that one. It was a very steep hill.
Climbed up like 4 times.
And yeah, as you're getting to here, is there anything you'd like to do as you kind of reach this this concealed doorway?
Just walk up towards it and just make sure that he's the first person, I guess.
He's kind of like, he's waiting there for you guys to kind of like tell him what's going on.
It's here, but I wasn't strong enough. Maybe a big lad like yourself could pull that to one side.
Kind of like goes up and he kind of like, where is it? Oh yeah. And he kind of like finds the handle and begins to like pull it open. A bit of a struggle, but nothing like that he obviously can't do. And as he kind of like pulls this kind of like stone door towards himself, it opens outwards onto the road, and you're kind of met with this dark tunnel leading into the mountain behind it. Or leading into the ground, I should say. You're well under the mountain here.
We've got like 15 minutes till the shipment turns up.
What you do notice as well is there is a definite breeze coming through here, which you haven't really felt in the kind of in the warm, humid air of the Undermountain for a while.
Condensation's on
Fresh
coroner's bod.
Yeah. Because yeah, you kind of open this and you do feel this breeze. And Tagon, smells like the surface up there.
Shall we have a peek?
Yeah, why not?
Miladies first.
Kind of like
You
goes
allowed
in.
to leave? You allowed to leave?
I've already left my post, so
Fair.
We're
In
beyond.
for a penny.
Yeah.
I'm already AWOL. As he kind of like goes in crossbow first, you do see a decent level of training to him as he's covering his corners. Rodeo, especially, you notice this being someone trained in ranged weaponry. You do notice as he's going around, he's covering his corners pretty well.
He's got proficiency.
Yeah, he's definitely proficient with this crossbow. As he is strolling through it, and kind of he stops briefly, and kind of you all bump into each other. I've just realised I can't see.
Oh, here you go, pal. I'll reach over to the crossbow bolt that's in there. I'll cast a light on it.
Cool. Thank you so much. Wow, that's really useful. And you kind of like now see with this like bright light emanating outwards, you see this long, thin passage that is leading about 20 foot forward, and then at that 20-foot mark seems to curve off on a pretty sharp right angle to the right. But just completely pitch black. No signs of like torches or anything down here at present that you can see, as Tagon begins to very cautiously keep on going through. As he turns the corner to the right, you all see as you all kind of follow similarly into this room, as you are met with a much larger space that is being illuminated by this lit arrow, as it carved into the side of the mountain here appears to be this large bubble of kind of space that has been carved out in this almost circular fashion. You see a really ragtag assortment of items here. You see a few broken boxes. You see a kind of collection of furniture that is arranged in a very strange manner. You see as it's kind of all very close to one another, but nothing is facing the same direction, as it appears to be just furniture that has been really haphazardly arranged to this one side of this kind of perfectly spherical room. To one side of the room, kind of crackling embers of a fire that would imply that something has been in this room, at least semi-recently, as this fire is still, the embers of this fire are still burning. And the other thing that you do notice that is quite strange about this is there seems to be a tunnel leading directly upwards in this room, and you can actually see a few stars as you look at this up through this chute, which appears to be about another 100 feet upwards, and you can see the surface through there. This kind of like starlight twinkling on above you, and you see this spherical room. It's about 30 foot in kind of a 30-foot sphere, as you see this kind of odd arrangement of furniture, made even more odd by the fact that the floor is curved as well as part of the sphere, so everything's sort of at a different height as well as facing in a different direction. And and you see this, in this other corner, this kind of weird collection of crates and barrels.
Interesting.
Okay. Any ideas, Tagon? Recognise these crates? Is that stuff they've stolen, intercepted?
this is fucking haunting. As he's kind of like looking around.
Cursory scan of the room with the staff as well.
Cool. Nothing comes up on the staff there.
So is it's just the one entrance / exit that we've come through,
Just-
and then the hole in the ceiling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I do like a...
And he kind of, as you say about the supplies with the like marks, says, few of those are our boxes actually.
Oh, well, you can take those back as well. Another win for
Can't-
tag on.
Kind of goes through and he like puts his elbow through the like lid of one of the boxes, and you just smell this kind of putrid smell coming out of the box as this almost waft of kind of like mold spores just erupts out from this box. Kind of
Detect poison.
oh, it's all gone bad. What is this?
I don't know.
And you you see as he begins to get noticeably a bit more panicky, as he's kind of like in this very strange place, as you all actually get this kind of weird feeling about this spherical room.
You okay there, buddy?
Oh, just this isn't what I was expecting. I thought I was gonna just kill some people. This is weird.
Yeah. Okay.
Hold your metal. Let's take a bit of a look around.
I was going to start investigating.
So-
Reed's going to like start floating around, investigating the walls by just like tapping them with their
Cool.
court staff, just to see if they can find any like bits that sound different.
Nice. Anyone can give me a perception or investigation check as you look around this room. Just let me know which one you're doing.
Investigation.
Perception.
Perception, I reckon.
Oh, that's a nat one.
That's inspiration for me is not much better.
Nice.
Nice. Excellent.
25 investigation.
25 investigation. Nice.
10 perception.
13. Cool.
Sorry, I
With the
6.
6, okay. Investigation.
Investigation 25.
Cool.
Perception 13.
13.
Perception 10.
Okay, so 13 was the highest perception, that was the highest investigation. Cool, with that investigation check, what you see as you're kind of like looking around and Reed, you actually notice this by flying up a little bit into this sort of tunnel that's leading up there. There appears to be claw markings raked down the entire inside of this chute that leads to the surface. There also appears to be like almost foot and hand holes sort of clawed out or dragged out, or some manner of like by hand has been made into this chute. And down through your kind of investigation of that too, and the kind of random assortment of stuff that is down here, you think some kind of creature is using this possibly as a way to get in and out.
Some kind of creature, rather than our band. Unless our band are creatures.
One's a rock, one's a fire that's not been seen, and the other is a
Ways of
monk.
good. Yeah.
I've already done a perception.
Yes.
Can I do an investigation specifically looking for... I'm looking for either the items that the dragon stole from us,
Yeah.
Oh god.
or anything of Geraldo's that I can pick out.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
that's nice. Investigation. Filthy 20.
Filthy 20, nice. Looking through some of these items and from the investigation gathered by Quinn and from Reed, you start to piece a few things together in your head. The road is called the Troll Road. The area outside the entrance, the secret entrance, is called the Troll Bridge. Certainly, having passed it on occasions, you have noticed a bridge right by this trapdoor that you enter and exit through into the Undermountain from. And looking at these claw marks and the way this has been kind of scratched in and the very strange assortment of goods in here, you think this might be where a troll lives.
We are potentially in imminent danger, and we should probably leave.
Yeah.
This is the lair of something rather deadly.
On hearing that first sentence, Shadow is already bolting down the corridor that we came in.
Cool.
The 3 investigation was enough to go, no, I don't know what's going on here and I need to go.
Cool. Yeah,
I don't
you do so.
understand and I don't like it.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, I don't need telling twice.
Cool. Yeah, certainly Tagon is like, let's get out of here.
If Tagon tries to get ahead of me, I will trip them up.
Cool. He's first in, so he kind of has to wait for everyone else, as he is going to be last here. Do you all just start heading on out?
Yeah,
of that?
booking it.
Start booking it. Cool. As you all begin heading on out towards the room, you do begin to hear this scraping sound coming from high above you. This ear-rending screech of claws on stone as something you hear begins coming down this chute. You can hear its form as it squeezes itself down this tunnel. The lot of you in this even smaller, cramped tunnel, just trying to run through this kind of cramped space as fast as you can, back out to the relative light and safety of the Troll Road. You hear this screeching stop, this large thud on the ground as you presume it drops to the floor of its lair. And you hear Tagon do a little squeal at the back of the group as he hears this as you all burst out onto the Troll Road, safe for now.
Sharp left as
We
soon
are
as I
shutting
hit the
that door
road.
as far as we can.
Do not want to run straight forwards.
That's an interesting thing to know is there. And that it not only can attack from there, but also if we travel up on top.
Yeah.
Is this a thing that people know about? Like,
There's certainly always been a rumour that there has been a troll guarding that bridge.
okay, cool, sweet.
Oh.
Well,
Wait, so
that's,
does that mean it's not our renegades that are stealing all the shipments? It's
Probably
just a
not.
troll?
I've seen the watch pack stealing shipments.
Maybe they tried to hold up in there not knowing it was a troll.
That makes sense.
Troll hole.
Troll hole.
We got 5 minutes till the shipment's due.
There probably is, a little bit of time left now before the shipment is due, as indeed you see as Tagon kind of looks down to his whirring mechanical bracelet and kind of, oh yeah, pretty close now.
You're breathing in a lot of unpleasant things.
Smells good.
This
Makes-
forest didn't seem fine.
It makes me cough.
I'm going to pop another detect poison disease.
Okay.
Now that,
Oh, this
spores
guy's
have been
dying.
introduced to this guy,
Okay.
I want to see, if anything pings up that he's got anything.
Doesn't appear to. It appears they were just sort of mold spores. If anything, it'll probably just give him like a tickly throat for a little while. But yeah, nothing super bad.
No one has any ailments.
No one apparently has any ailments here.
Nothing you can
supposedly.
fix, Coroner.
As
While I'm here,
yeah,
I'll regard his bones.
you regard his bones. Going to cast a cheeky little bone regard.
Yeah, I'm
God,
going to cast a
this
little
bone.
cool.
He has a fairly standard skeletal structure and organ structure for a dragonborn.
Alright,
Yeah,
cool.
as you regard his bones, kind of like waving your hand around over it.
Nice
You
bones.
have perfectly average health.
You have an adequate skeleton.
Your skeleton,
This
that's
day,
normal.
It's all in there.
this day's getting better and better.
There's that
He's
little
never been
dip
so
where it got bad.
Never been
Now we're back
complimented
up.
so much in his life.
As a few moments pass here, and as you're kind of, would you wait here or would you start heading further on up the Troll Road?
Wasn't there like a pile of boulders up here?
There is
somewhere?
just a little bit behind you. There is a sort of near where the door is. There is some boulders that have
Might
been.
be a semi-decent hiding spot if they're going to come past us anyway.
I was going to ask, as we have Tagon, who's seen loads of these.
Yeah.
Like where do the trio usually appear from?
Oh, all kinds of places.
Oh, it's different every time.
Sometimes they come from above. Sometimes they come out of nowhere. Sometimes they run up the road and you just can't see them until it's too late.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, they are terrifying.
Yeah. Okay.
I wouldn't want to be on the road when one of these caravans gets attacked.
Right. Well, we are.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
First time for everything, buddy.
Fingers crossed.
Immediately bolt through the neck.
Oh god.
Maybe we should hide here. I think that's a good point. Like,
Yeah.
if we need to get down quickly, we can.
Hide from who?
Just in general.
Right.
And
Okay.
then see when the action unfolds, and then spring upon the watch pack. Is that what they were called? Yeah, the watch pack.
That's them. Yeah.
All unsuspecting.
Yeah,
What-
those crazy kids know that we're just wandering up and down this road like it's a casual Sunday afternoon walk. Maybe they might not, show their faces.
Indeed.
Might be worth hankering down and see what happens.
I'm down for that.
Cool.
No, let's go.
Hide behind the boulders.
Yeah, you'll set up behind the boulders. You'll give me
snacks.
a group stealth check, please.
Sadist.
Growth check.
14.
Oh, legendary 5s.
I'm so happy about that.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Oh, use my inspiration. That's terrible.
You still got that 20, didn't you?
I do.
Hey.
I got 21.
Oh, fuck. Nice.
Tagon got an 8.
Oh boy.
I got a 6 as Corolla just hits the deck again.
Sling.
Sounds like the cutlery drawer when you rattle it. Chunk.
Read.
I wasted an inspiration to get a 10.
Oh.
Okay.
Not stealthy.
Quinn.
14.
No, I can't
14.
Oh, okay.
26.
26.
That's more
Nice.
like it.
There you go.
Coroner.
Whatever I said a minute ago.
What, 10?
6.
6. Even worse. Just a
And-
bag of spoons on the floor.
Yeah.
Rodeo.
21.
21. Oh, that is a mix.
No, it's not. It's all low.
Sorry, tell that.
One
because
good.
I can do it because I'm
21 's
hiding. I
not
don't have
bad.
to be flying while we're doing this.
No.
I don't have the dips.
Okay.
So it was 12.
It was 12. Nice. That actually does change things.
Oh.
As that
I
takes
stop flying.
that
Oh,
a
yeah,
little
'cause
bit
it's the
closer to its
glitter,
success.
isn't it?
I get dis on when I'm flying.
As you settle down here and set up for your second stakeout of the evening, you do indeed see, as this from this kind of point of this road, you see, and actually everyone but Quinn would hear as the trapdoor opens.
Quinn's too busy with the snacks.
Hear this kind of as the trapdoor above opens, and then this even bigger part is sort of slid back as you see a large portion of the night sky revealed above the troll road here, as a carriage begins to descend on a wooden lift that is being lowered through this larger hatch that eventually, after a few moments, pats down onto the road, and this horse and carriage, which seems to be laden with wagons and barrels, steps off of the lift and onto the troll road. It has one driver on it, a guy with a crossbow on the sort of mounted on the back of this carriage, and then there are two further guys on foot at the front and back of the kind of convoy here. So this has, 4 guys on the ground and 2 guys on the carriage as this is lowered onto the troll road, and they sort of all give a cursory look around. There is also a torch on the carriage that is lighting their way. This does seem to be a mix of mostly dragonborns, but you do see 2 of them are the same kind of dragon aberrants that were flanking the Pale Master. Rather than being true dragonborns, they are humanoids of other variety. You can't quite see from this distance what they would be, but you see as their normal flesh has been replaced with parts of dragon flesh. This one having an arm and both feet that are very draconic in nature, another having almost entirely replaced the skin of their face with dragon scales as it begins to shape into the pointed snout of a draconic form, and you see the kind of stubs of little vestigial wings on their back as well, as these 2 dragon aberrants bring up the rear of this convoy. It begins to travel on down the troll road for a little while. It's about 200 feet away from you up the road, as catching all of your eyes, being the brightest thing around for a long while, on one of the bioluminescent orbs, you see as it appears that a fire ignites on one of these orbs, as you see this twisting fiery form just erupt on top of this bioluminescent orb and begin flying down towards the troll road at a sort of diagonal angle from the roof of the cave down, just headed straight for the convoy. You also see in the flame the silhouette of a man just inside the fire, just a humanoid form inside this burning tornado of fire. And you see alongside it there appears to be this form that is burrowing slightly just protruding from the surface of the wall of the cliff, following along the same kind of path. You see this bubbling rock form begin to head towards the troll road. And then coming out of seemingly nowhere, this large, fisted, monk-like being drops from the roof in front of the carriage. This enormous mechanized fist on one arm says, "Stop right there. We are claiming this city and your goods back for the people. As you hear Fisto-Arcano give their piece before this wagon filled with the Blue King's men. And as the three of them drop into action, that is where we're going to end tonight's session. As we will pick up here, seeing the fight between the Watch Pack and the Blue King's men next session. You won't want to miss that one. Shame about this one.
Our last fight was against Xanatas and the crew, wasn't it?
We
that
almost
was last
fought the kobolds, but that didn't last very long.
Yes, semi-fight against the kobolds.
Yeah, we weren't involved in that.
You weren't even there.
And you were mugged by a dragon.
You were fighting the inside of my anus.
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah.
Fighting is
You
the
were fighting
correct
medical
term.
malpractice.
Yeah.
Choose your fighter.
There's no malpractice about it.
How much do
You need to think it's medicine for it to be malpractice.
So, yeah, this is where we'll pick up from next time in Ellseworld. That'll be in 2 weeks' time. Because next week we're going to be doing... Oh, wait. Yeah, am I wrong?
2 weeks' time. What's the date?
I don't know.
Today's the
Who knows?
13th.
So that would be the 27th.
Is that going to be a
Probably
hub?
be a hub
Is that going to be maybe 3 weeks' time for the next session of Ellseworld? Tom might be back for that one.
Crazy.
Hopefully.
Don't know where Appleby will be, but, we'll find out. Anyway, join us for that. Join us next week for the Pirates of Kalhimar, where we'll be going to our level 16 campaign. Very different vibe from this, going from level 2 to 16.
We're in a town.
Levels.
But still be with the gift of splitting the party.
Yay!
Cross-continentally.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, quite a big one there. We got teleports. We'll be alright. Anyway, join us for that. Before we wrap up here, has anyone got any plugs for things?
Dungeoneers_pack. Make sure you go and check that out. It's our Instagram page full of D&D resource for DMs and players alike. You can find tables, you can find items drawn by the wonderful Timbo, who's not here tonight, and you can also find wildcard posts each month. Take a look next week as we will be getting back to posting on a more regular basis. If you want to purchase any of those said prints, go to Dungeoneers Cellar. Or is it Dungeon Cellar or Dungeon?
Dungeoneer's Cellar.
Dungeoneer's Cellar.
Cellar, like the thing you'd keep your weird troll supplies in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Go to there,
Exactly.
you can buy prints from the campaigns, of characters, of moments, of the items that have been drawn as well. Speaking of also really dope drawings, you can go and check out. Here's another plug.
That's me. I draw art lots of the time. That was a really stupid way of saying that. I'm Jams Draw on most social media profiles, including on Twitch. I will be streaming this Thursday. It's not BST anymore, it's GMT.
General Mulling time.
General Mulling time. So I need to update my description, but I will be there at 8 PM UK time, as I would say as usual, but we didn't do one last week. So we are back this week, and we'll hopefully do a nice big one. Because I don't have work on Friday, so we can stay up late and draw stuff together.
And hey, if you also like Jams Art, you can support our Patreon.
Yeah, do that as well. You can get free shit if you join the Patreon.
Yeah.
Free little jam sketch. You also get some of the other perks that you can find on our Patreon.
So
Go
many
have
other
a
perks.
look. You get the polls every week that gave me that really good perception check. You gave Kane. Did you use your thing?
Yeah, I got a
Use the
distinctly
advantage check.
mediocre investigation check.
There
Thank
you
very
You can
go.
much.
give it to Elle as well if you want to make our lives more difficult.
Yay!
I nearly got
Or
a disadvantage.
easier.
Yeah, that's true. Make things interesting.
Yeah,
Change our fates.
do it.
Carve our destinies.
there's
Give
a
us
lot-
your money.
There's a lot
Yeah,
of
most
things you can get
importantly,
on
give us your money.
Yes.
There's lots of other stuff you can get on there, such as we do Patreon-only streams. We do some creative stuff there. You should check it out. Oh, higher quality art from Dungeoneers_pack.
Listen to Wildcat Boozy, the best band in Bristol.
Cal, you got a poetry plug?
Yeah, poetry.
Cool.
There we go.
Yeah, check out poetry.
Good night.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
make sure to do some poetry, read some poetry, be some poetry.
Yeah, do be poems.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. But for now, let the wind flow through your hair and lie down upon your mossy bed at the grove and take a long rest. We love you. See you later. Stay grovey.
Bye.